Good afternoon, and welcome to the Coles County
Evening
Fair.
almost, come on.
Well, it's late afternoon. It's not evening quite yet.
Well,
it's
give me
after
2
5.
minutes, come on.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It's 5 o'clock, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
5 o'clock right here.
5 o'clock right here.
In Coles County.
Coles County Fair. We have 10 races on the card for you this evening. We'll be here this evening, off tomorrow. Then DeLise and I will be back on Friday to take care of the Friday races. 12 on the card for you on Friday starting at noon.
Nice card racing here.
We're just praying for cool weather is what we pray for this time of year. Then coming up next, we will have Lincoln on Sunday, and really doing that for our friend.
Yeah, Jimmy Austin's passing this year is too untimely, and we know how hard he worked to put that on, up at the Logan County Fair. His passing, kind of want to give one good send-off, make sure we get, the Lincoln races on one last time at least.
And so we've got that on Sunday. We travel on Monday. We'll be down to Altamont Tuesday. Wednesday, we do Altamont and Marshall for the fairs there, noon and 6 o'clock. And then Lisa and I will finish up on Thursday with Altamont again, and then we'll be done till Saturday. We'll do Saturday at Brown County, and Sunday come for the Downstate Classic.
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen the prize money, but over $80,000 worth of prize money usually at that event. So that's a big day, and a lot of horses will be there. A lot of 2-year-olds will be there.
And let's be honest. At this point, these are the best horses. This is one of the top prizes. This is one of the top purses for horse racing in the state this year. There's no other places, to race. There's going to be a smaller night of champions at the state fair that Department of Ag's putting on, but this Downstate Classic is one of the crown jewels of Illinois racing. So make sure you make your way out to Mount Sterling on Sunday and catch those races, because they're going to be the best of the best.
Absolutely. We're glad that you're on this evening. With that, we'll take a commercial break, because we can't do this and travel like this unless we've got sponsors or commercials or donors. So we appreciate all of those. We'll be back.
At Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email AvenettiRacing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Back with you on Harness Tube, Steve Surratt, David Brink, Lisa Surratt running the camera for us this evening as we've got a 5:30 post time here this evening. Welcome to what we would call the pre-race.
Yes.
10 races on for you tonight. David, any races in particular that really stand out to you tonight? Well, there's a lot of special stuff going on tonight. Let's talk about that first.
Yeah, I admittedly haven't got into the program yet today. I've been doing a bunch of my graphic stuff and getting stuff copied over. But I did my picks like 2 days ago, so I kind of remember this right. But the first race is definitely going to be a good one. It's good to see these horses come back. Got Simmons trainees, got Luz Madison. It's going to be definitely a good race. We had some scratches coming through. I hate to see. Looks like Sean Ness's barn scratched a couple of horses. They're always tough horses and competitive, so that's going to change the outlook of a couple things. Good to see Variant back on the county fair circuit. That pacing filly for Bart Seals out of the Freddie Patton barn is on fire last year and made $30,000. Good to see her back in the ranks. we're going to see the top 3-year-old colt trotter in the state. Go, Go, Go Chrome took the championship last year at United Champions for Juan Franco and Jamaica Patton. He has the rail in today's 4th race, going for his 3rd win in 5 starts of the season. Let me scroll through here. What else? We got Fox Valley Onassis coming in off some hot miles in 52 at Hoosier. Definitely a good day of racing here. You're going to want to make sure you stick around, because after race, let me make sure I get my notes right, race 8 is the retirement ceremony for Lose Raptor. And then after the 10th race, we're going to have a foot race amongst horsemen. I think you're going to have Freddie Patton Jr. and son Jordan Patton go head-to-head to see who's the greatest of all time.
Well, let's handicap that a little bit.
Oh, I mean, Jordan.
Freddie's got a lot of confidence, but I think the youth there is going to win out.
He's going to trip Jordan or something. I kept trying to get Fat Man back to running proxy for me, but it didn't work out. I figured those knees were good enough for one last sprint, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But Freddie's confident, I'll tell you that.
Freddie's always confident. He doesn't lack for confidence.
And a great interview last night. If you get a chance,
Absolutely.
go to the toward the end. I think it's race 10, right before race 10, and we did an interview with Freddie, and he's always there's always a sound bite or something there from Freddie as he is. He likes to talk harness racing. He likes to talk about family. And
you just gave me a great idea.
What's that?
We should mic up these drivers and collect sound bites off the track. Now, there's the stuff we can use. There's going to be something funny probably said, right? There'll be a good sound bite to put in a video somewhere.
Well, what is it, Doc? Doc Renner, he talks all the way around the track. That's going to be a long time.
Turn his volume down. Yeah, he'd be loud enough.
He talks to the horses. I mean, I love that.
Oh.
That you can't.
I
get
trained
that
against
effect.
the man. He does that for real when he's. I mean, that's not just acting. He's talking to his horse the entire time he's on the track. Reassuring them. It's funny, but he has a connection with them. You can't deny it.
Well, that's just it. And so then other festivities that we've got going on. I think is there another race besides the Freddie and Jordan race?
I was thinking it was just the matchup, but I think they might do another Horseman's one. I didn't see the draw for it yet.
Was that what Rachel
I think
was
trying to con me into doing the Horseman's race here at Coles County, but we'll see who lines up. If I think I can beat him, maybe I'll go try to get an easy win.
The last time you tried to sprint, you did a header into a mud hole.
This is a nice flat ground. Here's my advantage. The horsemen got to walk over from the barn, so by the time they get over to the grandstand, they're going to be pretty winded in my thoughts. And if I just got to walk 50 foot, get out there, stretch a little bit, and go, I might got a chance.
Yeah, down at Newton, Mike Cox went in the young guy crew, and that didn't prove out very well. I mean, he's
I
running
give him
his
props for
too.
brave. I mean, he was brave to step up to those young guys because guys like Matt Evanetti and Jordan Patton on his inside, even Tyler Stevens-Clemens was rocking out there faster than I ever imagined. So they didn't definitely hold anything back. These guys were racing for real. They had a blast, and we want to thank the Finns down in Newton and the Taylor Brown Barn up here for all they've done to sponsor and put on these festivities and just stuff to make the grandstand a little more exciting.
Yeah, and it's just a great evening. Though I was giving Randy Callahan a tough time. I said I thought it was going to be cooler, and he said cooler than what? I said it was going to be cooler. I didn't say what it was going to be cooler than.
The furnace?
Hey, he said hell.
Yeah, he did say.
As a pastor, I totally understand how hot hell is going to be, but
it's not air conditioned.
No, but. Just a lot of events going on here at the fair tonight.
Good to see Scott Halpin walk by from Department of Ag. Stopped and shook my hand, said hi a little bit. We appreciate the efforts the Department of Ag has put into making sure horse racing thrives in this state. He's come into a position that's not the best, but he's confident that if they keep course that, someone's going to come along and want to do something. And so he's doing everything he can, and we appreciate, him and his whole staff. Carrie Tiskis, Tina now works for him now. It's just a great staff over at Department of Ag. They definitely do everything they can to help us out.
And there goes Kurt Becker.
The man, the myth, the legend.
We'll do some props for him because he does so much for us. Horse Talk.
Horse Talk Today, yes.
Horse Talk Today. If you have not checked out that, you need to check out Kurt Becker's Horse Talk Today.
And now that Harness Tubes made you a fan of Illinois horse racing, Kurt follows all the Illinois horsemen, horse owners, horses, ex-Illinois bred horses, and fills us in on their beings across the country, whether they're winning out in New York, whether they just take a big open win in Hoosier, whether they have a nice third place finish for pays off a big ticket somewhere. He's always got in tune to the Illinois horse racing news.
Hey, do we have a link on our page for people to go to Kurt's page?
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet. I like that answer, David. I think here's what I used to do with churches. The church's website, I had a page for other
links
that were connected, like music and scripture reading and things like that. So
it's on the back burner right now, because in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, can we get content writers for Harness Tube to write news articles and just give Kurt his own page somehow on
Yeah, I mean,
I just haven't got out the details. It'd be easy to give him a link, and I should do that absolutely. But if we could, fold in his knowledge and expertise into what we do. I don't want to take away from his brand by any means, because he's worked so hard to build it up. But he is a wealth of knowledge and works so hard.
Horse Talk today, the man he has forgotten more than I will ever know about harness racing.
And we talk about these records that he looks up. I mean, he's doing the research. Yeah, he has access
books,
to he has access to the files. That helps, but it's still flipping through pages, scouring, pathway reports, all that kind of stuff. It's not easy. I mean, if you want to just a little kind of clue as to how hard he works, check some of the post times because it might be 12 o'clock at night he's posting the track record from yesterday. He's just getting tied up, but he works endlessly. His schedule is brutal. And we're so lucky that he happens to love horse racing, because he's a wizard, a professional, and just such a great MC to have doing our horse race. Exactly.
As we need to discuss about him, he's a man of many different things. He can be here with us all week on harness racing, and the next thing you know, he's in San Diego calling a curve on a road course for NASCAR for...
He's the track announcer at Keeneland. I couldn't do thoroughbreds and standardbreds because I would be switching my calls up and using different lingo and to keep those straight, let alone auto racing,
1, 2, 3,
let
4,
alone
5.
auto auctions, let alone horse auctions, let alone whatever else he does.
15 minutes for Rolling Racing. The Illini stands tonight program of harness racing with purses of $40,000 here tonight. So we're glad to have you with us on this Wednesday evening at the Coles County Fair, the 172nd annual.
In that realm.
We'll take a look at the early program changes in a moment. Don't forget, we are playing Pick a Winner in the grandstand here this evening, as always.
Absolutely.
Our thanks to our friends at B&D Grocery in Mattoon. They have sponsored Pick a Winner tonight. $50 after each race, and then a $100 draw at the end of the evening. DeRue Starting Gates also has contributed several prizes that will be given away as part of the Pick a Winner program as the evening unfolds. Again, we'll look at the early changes in just a moment.
You don't want a card ad, you just want to be recognized as a donor. We can either put you on the donor sheet or not put your name on the donor sheet, but you can donate to keep us on the air. So we want to thank all the people on the list. All those people,
yes, absolutely,
have helped us and more, because there's people that don't want their names on the list. And I went through one too many fast. Our website, we talked about that a little bit. Folks, this is going to be, by the time David gets done with it, it's going to be your place to go for harness race information. In fact, like I say, hopefully one of these days we can get the County Fair Facebook link on there for people to go over to that link, but we'll also have the news from that showing up on our page so that people can see what's going on in the world of harness racing, and they'll tell you whether races have been canceled, whether they're changing the times, or what's going on there. But we'd like to be your source for a lot of things.
And not trying to impede on everyone, Leanne and Tina, and the Facebook group that's grown to what it is today. But some folks aren't on Facebook, and we give them a public outlet to see that information, and we're going to try to get the news more updated in a timely fashion. Haven't got that done this year, but like you said, it's just kind of a one-stop shop. If you're not on Facebook, if you're not sure where we're going to be, if you're not sure what the schedules look like, what have you, you can always go to our website, any time of year, and kind of check those things out.
Absolutely. So check out that and see what you can see there. Follow, subscribe, like us. We like to subscribe. Somebody mentioned they like it because they get notification when we come on. Like today when I went live, wasn't 30 seconds later.
We'll go ahead and take a look at those early changes. And of course, you Pick a Winner players especially will want to be aware of the scratches and driver changes here tonight at the Coles County Fair. In the first race, the driver of the two, Princess Babe LRS, Jamaica Patton. That's in the first race, number 2, Princess Babe LRS, the driver, Jamaica Patton. And a driver change on the 5, Chrome's Heather, J.D. Finn. That's the first race. Number 5, Chrome's Heather. The driver will be J.D. Finn. Race 2, scratch number 3, Restless Angel. That's race 2, scratch number 3, Restless Angel. She is entered to race tomorrow at the Edwards County Fair, which is a little closer to home for her connections, so they have elected to scratch tonight and race tomorrow. Keep in mind, the Edwards County Fair races were postponed from last Sunday because of rain. Also in that second race, the driver of the 4, Ella W. Jordan Patton. Number 4, Ella W. Jordan Patton will be your driver. Third race, number 1, Super Sage. Make the driver Mike Rogers. That's the third race, number 1, Super Sage. Make the driver Mike Rogers. Incidentally, Super Sage was third here on Monday evening with a beaten time of 2:02.1. And number 3, Illini Deceptive, won that race in 2:02 flat. So keep that in mind. Number 3, Illini Deceptive, a winner here on Monday. In the fourth race, scratch number 4, Lose True Lou. Fourth race, scratch number 4, Lose True Lou, another case where that trotter will be racing tomorrow at the Edwards County Fair. Again, the schedule got a bit jumbled after the rains. They got 2 inches of rain in Edwards County on Sunday evening, and that was why they had to postpone. Race 5. In the fifth race, there are no changes to report. Sixth race. The driver of the 2, RK's Winners Win, will be Jamaica Patton. That's race 6, number 2, RK's Winners Win, the driver Jamaica Patton. The driver of the 5, Smokin' Them Some Stars, Matt Avenatti. That's race 6, number 5, Smokin' Them Some Stars, the driver Matt Avenatti. Seventh race has no changes at this time. Race 8 has no changes at this time. Ninth race. Driver of the 1, Rockin' Fay, that'll be Juan Franco. That's the 9th race. Number 1, Rockin' Fay, the driver, Juan Franco. In the 10th race, the driver of the 4, Shady Maple Dandy, John David Finn. That's race 10, number 4, Shady Maple Dandy, J.D. Finn, the driver. And the driver of the 5, Fox Valley Blast, will be Mike Rogers. That's the 10th race, number 5, Fox Valley Blast, the driver, Mike Rogers. And those are the current program changes as we get set to go racing in the Illini Stakes, a special set of races that began as the Abe Lincoln Stakes here several years ago. This will be the 7th annual edition of what are now known as the Illini Stakes. These stakes races are restricted to Illinois conceived and foaled harness horses. And you will notice the purse structure this evening by Illinois County Fair standards pretty strong throughout the course of those Illini events. And these are races that are funded through a combination of sources. There is funding provided by the Coles County Fair. There is funding also provided by the Illinois Department of Agriculture. There are no stakes payments. As long as you've got an Illinois-bred 3-year-old trotter or pacer that is registered with the Illinois Department of Agriculture, you are good to go for these events. Some of you seasoned race fans, not many people remember this. If you want to be technical about it, back in my time as a child on the fair circuit, these were actually called early closers. And that is because really the only requirement is your state-bred status. So technically, by the former method of doing things, they would have been known as early closers and not stakes races. And again, that's because of the fact that there is no stakes payment that is made to be eligible to the Illini Stakes. And it's called an early closer, or at least it used to be known that way in these types of races, because all that mattered was, did you get that foal when the horse was a baby? Did you get it properly registered with the Illinois Department of Ag as an Illinois conceived and foaled horse long before they ever became racing age. And that's why these types of races at one time were called early closers. Race 1, the Ernie and Iola Garner Memorial Race. And a good matchup in the first race tonight for 3-year-old trotting fillies. Steve Searle is back. He is the trainer of Broadway and Lou and Fox Valley Flashy in the first race. Steve sent out the first, second, and third place finishers in the Illini 3-year-old filly trot 1 year ago. So he's quite familiar with this fair and with these races. He is based at Grant Park, not far from Kankakee, and he is here tonight ready to go to see if he can defend that title in the 3-year-old filly trot. A couple of our drivers here tonight have been making headlines nationally in the sport. Matt Avenatti and his brother Wyatt Avenatti, they are currently the #1 ranked drivers in North America by the Universal Driver Rating System. If you go to ustrotting.com, you can pull up those standings. The UDRS, what the U.S. Trotting Association does, they say, you know, it's not really fair just to rank drivers straight up on wins or money won. They do have rankings like that. But to make the system a little more balanced, a little more equitable, the U.S. Trotting Association has the UDRS, Universal Driver Rating System. It's a formula where they take the number of wins on the year and the purse money won by the year. And they combine those figures, and then they have some kind of mathematical process, which is far above my head, and they come up with essentially what looks like a percentage. So by the Universal Driver Rating System, Matt Avenatti, who competes here tonight, he is #1 for drivers that have made less than 300 starts so far on the year. And his brother Wyatt Avenatti, he's ranked #1 by the U.S. Trotting Association for drivers that have made from 300 through 499 starts. Also saw the name of Connor Prather. Connor's an Illinois-based horseman. He's in the top 5 on that list for drivers with less than 300 starts on the year. So we just passed that along because a number of our Illinois horsemen have been making headlines and making the news on the ustrotting.com website. So congratulations to all. Coming up later tonight after race 8, we will have a retirement ceremony for Lou's Raptor, a trotter that's based right here at the Coles County Fairgrounds in the Jill and Chris Brown stable. He's a 10-year-old trotter that has won 41 races. Amazing. And he will go out a winner. His most recent start was about 3 weeks ago when he tied a track record at the Knox County Fair in Knoxville. And the owners, the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, that's their home fair, and they talked to Jill and Chris and said, you know, he's earned the right to have a retirement. So, as a result, after race 8 tonight, Lou's Raptor will come onto the racetrack from the stable area, will make a lap around this half-mile track, and then there will be an official retirement ceremony in front of the grandstand. Also, foot races tonight after the 10th and final race. Members of our horsemen's community are getting ready to compete in the horsemen's foot races, including a showdown between Freddie Patton Jr. and his son Jordan, because they won their respective divisions when they had foot races about a month ago at the Jasper County Fair in Newton, and the fans have been clamoring to see Mr. Patton and his son square off in a foot race in front of the grandstand tonight. So should be a lot of fun. There will be post parades tonight. Horsemen, just a heads up, the judge has asked that once all of the horses have been presented onto the racetrack for each race this evening, that you gather a post parade on the west turn. That is the far turn between the quarter pole and the head of the stretch. You will then parade past the stands from the top of the stretch from west to east down toward that first turn and go straight to the gate. Just 3 minutes from post. Horsemen, you may come to the track with our first race, the Illini 3-year-old filly trot. You may come to the track for this evening's first of our 10 races. Our pre-race ceremony is coming up in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. Welcome to the Coles County Fair for the Illini Stakes harness races. At this time, we ask that you would please rise as you are able in tribute to our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the Lee Greenwood version of the Star-Spangled Banner, and with that, we are ready to go racing here at the Coles County Fair, the oldest continuous county fair in Illinois. This is the 172nd annual, and what a fair and what a history. Harness racing history here. Folks such as Abe Lincoln have trod these grounds. Saw the marker from the Historical Society near the racing office here this evening, from the Lincoln-Douglas debate of 1858. Just amazing to think of everything that has transpired on these grounds over the years, dating well back into the 19th century. Coles County, a history-rich county, and this three-turn half-mile track has been the site of some great racing over the years. We expect more tonight. There's David Brink walking across the racetrack. Hello, David, from Harness Tube. Harness Tube has live coverage of tonight's races. All you have to do is go to harnesstube.com, and you will find a link to their YouTube channel. Good to have David Brink and Steve Surratt here, and their camera technician, as always, Lisa Surratt, as they get ready to bring you full coverage of tonight's card. They'll be here on Friday as well. A reminder, Friday, special post time of 12:30 p.m. First race will be coming up shortly. That's just a guess. Had a horseman send a note and ask about the early closers that we talked about and said, weren't they actually late closers? The answer is no, they weren't. The late closer, that's what's offered by a pari-mutuel track when they put together a set of races kind of within a few weeks or a couple of weeks, and they say, here are the conditions for the race. If you want your horse to be in, you have to meet these conditions and you have to pay in to that. That's a late closer. Again, an early closer is exactly what it sounds like. As long, like in tonight with the Illini Stakes, as long as your horse is registered, Illinois conceived and foaled, usually which is done soon after the horse is born, hence the term early closer, you're good to go.
All right, Dave, we've got a race coming up here. Let's look at the picks out here. It looks like everybody but Lisa picked the 4-horse in this race. Luz Madison, she didn't pick the 4 at all in her picks.
She's expecting big things out of everybody else, huh?
Yeah, she picked the 1-horse, Broadway and Lou. And then she went 1-5-2. You went 4-2-6. I went 4-1-2. And our guest pick, Brady Schrock, went 4-1-5. I need to get in the program and just copy Brady Schrock's picks.
I'm just going to start changing his
once
picks
again here this evening to be joined by Miss Coles County, Chloe Hettinger, our junior Miss Coles County, Lyndon Traub, and our little Miss Coles County, Avriana Reyes. They will be assisting with presentations to our winning connections. Great to have them with us.
Well, we'll talk in between Kurt here as we've got a beautiful night for racing. The only thing we have is sweat bees, David.
It must be the trash cans behind us. But, yeah, a little beautiful night of racing here. Lisa just sent me a picture. I didn't get it up on YOLO Cast for us quick enough. But they are handing out some little gift bags to the kids in the grandstand over there. She had sent me a picture of one of the little girls over there coloring. I think there's some crayons and some harness racing coloring pages sponsored by the Brown and Taylor Barn. We appreciate all they do, and it's good to see a bunch of purple hats in the grandstand. Everyone's showing some support for Stacy DeRoos's DeRoos starting gates.
And here we go. Call to the post.
We are ready to go with the Illini Stakes, the 7th annual Illini Stakes at the Coles County Fair. Big thank you on behalf of the horsemen to the Coles County Fair Board of Directors, the way they have stepped up repeatedly over the years and offered these special races for many years. This fair was the site of the Illinois Stallion Stakes, and when the Stallion Stakes left and went to Mount Sterling in 2018, we got shortened to 2 days of racing, and the Fair Board stepped up and said, we're going to do something to create a set of races where we can restore a third day of racing back to the program. And they came up with a beautiful idea, the Abe Lincoln Stakes, now known as the Illini Stakes. And here they come for the first race on our 10-race card, the Illini 3-year-old filly trot, Ernie and Iola Garner Memorial, purse of just over $8,700. Number 1, Broadway and Lou, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco, Rick and Tabby Flacco, co-owned by trainer Steve Searle of Grant Park, and Brian Coate of Bradford, and the driver is Wyatt Avenetti. Number 2, Princess Babe LRS, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Benita Simmons of Springfield, Illinois, Keone Anders of West Monroe, Louisiana, trained by Tom Simmons. A reminder, contrary to the program, the driver is Jamaica Patton. Number 3, Fox Valley Flashy, owned by Mike Buzzard of Altamont, Steve Searle of Grant Park, trained by Steve Searle. The driver is Jordan Patton. Number 4 is Luz Madison, owned by Jay DeLong of Clinton, Wisconsin. Mike Rogers trains and drives. 5 is Chrome's Heather, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana. Itzhak Madej of North Hollywood, California. Benita Simmons of Springfield, trained by Tom Simmons. Contrary to the program, J.D. Finn and the bike. And number 6, Luz Venom, owned by the Flacco family farms, trained by Roshan Trigg, and the driver is Denarius Dortch. Again, Jamaica Patton drives the 2. Princess Babe LRS. J.D. Finn drives number 5. Good matchup here. Broadway and Lou has had a case of second-itis here lately. She has come home second in each of her last 3 starts, and she's been close. Got beat ahead, got beat a half length. We'll see if she can improve by 1 position tonight. Princess Babe LRS comes in off an impressive win at Petersburg, and she's had a rest about right at 2 weeks that she has had to recover from that race, so we expect she'll come in fresh and ready to go. Fox Valley Flashy has high speed, tends to make breaks. If she stays on the trot, she will be a handful. Luz Madison, 3 of her last 4 races she's won, including a pair of track record miles. Chrome's Heather, looking for a first win of this year, but was runner-up in her last out and trotted in 158-1 at Hoosier Park. And Luz Venom, winner of the Great Midwest Trot Filly Division on Memorial Weekend at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair. So As one would expect, you put $8,700 out there, you're going to draw some excellent 3-year-old trotting fillies. And right now, they have moved over to the far turn. They are at the post and the gates rolling. Our starter tonight is Roy Finn, who won a number of races here at the Coles County Fair during his career as a trainer-driver. Likewise, for the man who drives the starting gate, Stacy DeRoos. Thanks to B&D Grocery, our pick-a-winner sponsor in the grandstand, we're ready to go. Here they come. First race. And welcome to all of you watching on Harness Tube as well. Off and trotting in the 7th annual Illini Stakes, Princess Babe LRS goes out for the lead. Broadway and Lou has speed to the inside. Fox Valley Flashy comes away in third. Chrome's Heather will drop out toward the back of the pack as they swing around the first turn and race toward the quarter-mile mark. Broadway and Lou is the leader. Now Princess Babe LRS left quickly, but now backs away to the second position. Problems on the backstretch. Fox Valley Flashy off stride. Fox Valley Flashy has broken stride just before the quarter-mile mark. In the meantime, Lou's Venom moves up a closer third, 3 lengths off the lead. Lou's Madison is in fourth, and Chrome's Heather is fifth. 29-2. Good solid pace here, opening quarter, 29 2/5 seconds. Broadway and Lou is the leader. On top for Wyatt Avenatti. He had a big night at the Champaign County Fair. Wyatt did, as he won something like a half dozen races or so yesterday evening. And he's in front here with Broadway and Lou on top by a length over Princess Babe LRS in second a length as they come by the half. Lou's Venom is a close third, and waiting patiently with one circuit to go here in the Ernie and Iola Garner Memorial. They head back to the east end of the course. You've got Chrome's Heather in fourth. Lou's Madison got rough gated, lost a position, and lost several lengths now off a half in 101-2. 101-2. So Lou's Madison is next to last, and Fox Valley Flashy is still off stride and is the distant trailer. The leaders are at the midpoint of the backstretch. Broadway and Lou is on top by a length. Princess Babe LRS has stalked her every move, and here she comes. We've got a battle for the lead with a quarter mile to go. Princess Babe LRS from the outside and Broadway and Lou from the inside. They're matching strides around the final turn. Lou's Venom is in third position. 132-4, the time at the 3/4, 132-4. Broadway and Lou at the lead. Lou's Venom just broke stride. Lou's Venom is off stride. It is Princess Babe LRS who's still in second, trying to chase down Broadway and Lou, but Broadway and Lou so far has maintained the lead by a length. Broadway and Lou to the wire. The Illini Stakes program this evening opens with a win by Broadway and Lou. No more second-itis for her. She won it by a length. Princess Babe LRS was second. Then a gap of 3 more lengths back to Chrome's Heather in third. Another 10 lengths or so then back to the rest of the field. And we'll check the final time in just a moment. 2:03-1. The time for the mile, 2:03 1/5. Our timers tonight are Mr. Ron Fairley and Mr. Mark Kingery. Thank you, gentlemen. 2:03 1/5. We'll recap it. We'll meet the winner, play pick a winner in a moment. Horsemen, you may come to the track with race 2. And pick a winner players, just a heads up, a reminder, scratch number 3, Restless Angel. Pick a winner players, heads up, in the second race, scratch number 3, Restless Angel.
I'll pull us up here. We talked about Lisa going different, as David said, kind of off mic, but she almost got to trifecta there. She boxed the other two, but almost got them in the right order.
That's funny. Yeah, we were giving her a hard time being different, all of us, and she almost nailed the dang thing. But congratulations to the connections of Broadway and Lou. That's a nice little trot and filly there for the Steve Cyril barn. White Avenatti did a great job. Just left the gate, controlled the race, and then he knew that
this reminder that the Coles County Fair and Speed Superintendent Clark Fairley once again offer on behalf of the board of directors of the Coles County Fair a $250 bonus to the leading trainer of the week. And that is based on a point system, 5 points for a win, 3 for second, 1 point for a third place finish. Jill Brown and Clark Fairley come into this evening's program tied with 11 points apiece. Atop the standings, Jill Brown, your defending winner. There goes the Ram pickup from our friends at the Pilsen Auto Center. For more information on their inventory, you can visit them online, www.pilsenautocenter.com. Well, this filly that has won the first race, we talked about it when they went to the gate. She was runner-up at the Knox County Fair. She was runner-up at the Marshall Putnam Fair. She was runner-up at the Edgar County Fair. But trainer Steve Searle told us, he said, this filly's fine, and he said, I am confident that she will find her way back to the winner's circle soon, and she has done just that. She takes the Ernie and Iola Garner Memorial Blanket. Ernie was a World War II veteran, served in the U.S. Navy, businessman with Ernie's Electric and A1 Mechanical. He and Iola were married for some 61 years. Faith, family, and friendship. Pretty well how you can summarize the lifetimes of Ernie and Iola Garner, who we remember. Here comes the blanket. How about a hand for the winner, Broadway and Lou? And we mentioned the fact that Steve Searle, the trainer, finished 1, 2, 3 in this race. The Illini 3-year-old filly trot just 1 year ago. So Steve is no stranger to success in this event.
9 points.
Wyatt Avenatti picks up where he left off. He won. Wyatt Avenatti won the last 4 races on the card last night at the Champaign County Fair. So this makes 5 consecutive wins for Wyatt Avenatti going back to that program last night. Flacco Family Farms of Alexis and Brian Code of Bradford and Steve Searle of Grant Park, the co-owners. They also bred this Lou's Legacy filly. 9th career win for this filly. Great to see the Flacco family well represented here tonight. Down track side as Rick Flacco gives everyone a wave and smiles and speaks with winning driver Wyatt Avenatti. There's your winner of the first race on the Illini Stakes card. What a beautiful filly. Broadway and Lou. Thank you. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for that first race. Broadway and Lou was the winner. Princess Babe LRS finished 2. Fox Valley Flashy 6. Lou's Madison 4. Chrome's Heather 3. And Lou's Venom 5. They got the opening quarter in 29 and 2/5 seconds. They got the half in 1:01 and 2. 3 quarters 1:32 and 4/5, and the time for the mile was 2:03 and 1/5. It reads down 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, 5. Second race is on the way. Scratch number 3, Restless Angel. And a reminder, Jordan Patton drives the 4, Ella W.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Applied hats and also handheld disc fans for prizes this evening in the Pick a Winner drawings. And again, B&D Grocery sponsoring the $50 draw after each of our first 9 races, and then we go to $100 at the end of the evening. We should tell you, since the program says we are going to tell you, that there is a past performance line from Monday night at the Red Mile in Lexington, Kentucky for number 5, Illini Fort KK. She was 5th in that race. Number 5, Illini Fort KK, finished 5th Monday evening in Kentucky. Beaten time of 1:54 on that mile track. You've got 3 fillies in this race who are looking for their first win of the season. Incredible Coquette the only filly scheduled now to go to the starting gate with a win, and she's won 9 times, including a 154 victory at Hoosier Park on the 7/8 mile track in Anderson, Indiana, just a couple of starts back, but has been a while since we've seen her on a county fair half-mile track.
Well, David, a good start there. Wyatt Evanetti,
number 2, Incredible
number 5.
Coquette in this upcoming second race. She's very fast, but she's done most of her racing on tracks of 7/8 of a mile or larger. She made 3 starts on the Illinois County Fair circuit last year and went 0 for 3 on those half-mile tracks. So we will see how Incredible Coquette, as the only former winner in this $4,700 race, can she make the transition back to the tighter turns of a half-mile track, and can she do it well enough to get to the winner's circle here tonight? We will soon find out. Race 2, the first division of the Illini 3-year-old filly pace, brought to you by our friends at B&D Grocery in Mattoon, and also our friends at Coles County Sanitation and Recycling. We appreciate both of those organizations for their support of the fair and of the racing program. Scratch the 3, Restless Angel. Again, the reason given by the trainer was personal, but we talked to Sean Nessa, and he said, look, Edwards County is much closer for us and for my mom and Ernie Sork, who live in Fairfield. And he said originally we were supposed to race Sunday. They got rained out. They got rain postponed at Edwards County until tomorrow. He said, we love the Coles County Fair. We're coming up to race on Friday with a different horse. So he said, we will be there Friday. But he said the way things worked out after the rain out at Edwards County and the rescheduling there, we believed it was best just to go ahead and keep the commitment there and scratch, as much as we hated to do so, from the Illini. But we fully understand. Jordan Patton drives the 4. Ella W. Jordan Patton will be your driver there. Horsemen beginning to form the post parade. A couple of these pacing fillies have taken a stroll toward the west turn. And again, starters are out, so the post parade will form up in just a moment in this 4-horse field. Gives us a chance to remind everyone, many of the horses you are watching tonight are getting ready to go racing at the upcoming Illinois State Fair at Springfield. They begin racing there on Thursday, August 13. And the eliminations of the Illinois State Fair Colt Stakes will take place on Friday, August 14th. So you can imagine, back in the stable area, a lot is on the minds of these men and women in the horse business who train and care for these horses, trying to manage them as best they can to bring them into the state fair at peak form. And the schedule has picked up. We talked about this on Monday. We have just kicked off a stretch 15 days of county fair racing in the span of 16 days across late July and early August on the calendar. 9 county fairs across the state racing in that time, and all of this takes place before we go racing at the Illinois State Fair. So you can imagine there's a lot to think about if you are a trainer. Post-parade forms up, and here it comes for race 2. Number 1 is April Sunlight IYQ, owned by Milton Greer of Jackson, Tennessee. The trainer is Leroy Hunt, and the driver, Juan Franco. Number 2, Incredible Coquette, owned by Carla Santos of Springfield, Elisa Rodriguez of Springfield, trained by Alexander Conte, and the driver is Wyatt Avenetti. Number 3, Restless Angel is scratched. The 4, Ella W, is owned by the Tripoli stable of Norridge, Illinois, and trained by Steve Searle, but contrary to the program, the driver is Jordan Patton. Number 5, Illini Fort KK, talented filly. She won at the DuQuoin State Fair last year, but looking for her first victory of the current season, owned by Rochelle Graham of Terry, Mississippi, trained by Roshan Trigg, and the driver, Denarius Dortch, headed to the gate, race 2. Folks in the grandstand may have noticed right before the post parade, Wyatt Avenetti had come down the home stretch pretty close to full speed with Incredible Coquette. Now keep in mind, Wyatt is not this filly's regular driver of record. So he's getting familiar with her, she's getting familiar with him, and did you notice he let her pace pretty quickly all the way down into that first turn on the east end of the track? I can't help but think part of his strategy there was what we had talked about regarding the fact this filly's used to the big sweeping turns on the bigger racetracks at the Paramutuals, at Springfield, at DuQuoin. She wasn't quite as effective last year on the county fair half-mile tracks. Part of that could have been just a lack of maturity. She is a different filly now. But I believe Wyatt wanted her to get used to heading into that first turn, figuring out how to carry full speed, full throttle after the start. Here they come, race 2. They are off and pacing, and there goes Incredible Coquette. She goes right out for the lead with April Sunlight IYQ to the inside, and these two are going to go side by side all the way down through the first turn. April Sunlight IYQ to the inside. Incredible Coquette is right there to the outside as they head off the turn and onto the backstretch, racing toward the quarter-mile mark. Who will come away with the lead? It's going to be April Sunlight IYQ. Wyatt Avenetti did not make the top. Now there's no room along the inside lane, so Wyatt says, all right, we have to regroup and go to plan B. We didn't get the trip we wanted going to the quarter, but we've still got a lot of racing to do, and there's still time to work out a trip from this point. April Sunlight IYQ, the leader by 3/4 of a length. There's Incredible Coquette moving up carefully in second. 29 and 4 for the opening quarter, 29 and 4 fifth seconds. So here comes Incredible Coquette once again. Incredible Coquette moves up on the outside and is up to take the lead now, this time past the half. So Wyatt now, he's in control of this race. He got Coquette to the lead. He slid down to the inside lane once he had clearance. Now she gets to save ground as they move back around the east turn. The first half mile, 59 and 4/5 seconds. Thank you, Mark. 59 and 4/5 seconds. Incredible Coquette is the leader. Here comes Illini Fort KK. She's gearing up, and wow, is this filly fast. She has gone from last to the lead in less than 1/8 of a mile. What a breathtaking move by Illini Fort KK as they move to the final turn, and she's opening up here. 2, 3, 4 lengths to the good as they round the turn for the top of the stretch. 1 minute 30 and 4/5 seconds. Illini Fort KK is the leader. Denarius Dortch looks over his shoulder. He knows Incredible Coquette is still there. She's taking toward the outside, and also April Sunlight IYQ as they come to the wire. Here's a final try from Incredible Coquette, but no, it will be Illini Fort KK hanging on by 3/4 of a length. Illini Fort KK the winner after that stunning move between the 5/8 mile mark and the 3/4 mile mark. Incredible Coquette raced big to be a close second. Then further back, April Sunlight IYQ was third, and Ella W finished fourth. 1:59 and 1, the time for the mile, 1 minute 59 and 1/5 seconds. Number 5, your winner. Horseman, you may come to the track with our third race.
Lisa does it again, topping everybody with 75 points. She's out in front, 145.
Yep.
We need to see the first turn.
Okay.
Well, when we gathered here on Monday evening, we saw a filly named Illini Deceptive win a 3-year-old filly pace in the ISA series. And we talked about the fact that that filly was bred and raised at the University of Illinois Horse Farm. It's the same situation here. This winning filly, she comes into Panther country here in EIU territory, and Illini Fort KK has won her division of the 3-year-old filly pace. How about a hand for the winner? Rochelle Graham of Terry, Mississippi, the owner, the U of I, the breeder. Roshan Trigg is the trainer. And Denarius Dortch is your winning driver, 159 and a fifth. This filly was a $3,800 yearling purchase at the Illini Classic, and she has now earned over $30,000. And again, that was a spectacular move when she hit that extra gear headed up the backstretch on the final lap. Denarius, congratulations. And he gives the crowd a nice wave. Our thanks to B&D Grocery of Mattoon and the Coles County Sanitation and Recycling Service, as they have joined forces here to be the blanket sponsors in that second race. And Illini Fort KK comes away the winner, her 5th win lifetime, her first win of 2026. Here's the full field rundown for the second race. April Sunlight IYQ was third. Incredible Coquette, the runner-up. Restless Angel was scratched. Ella W 4, and Illini Fort KK the winner. The quarter, 29 and 4. The half in 59 and 4/5 seconds. 3/4, 1:30 and 4/5, and the time for the mile, 1:59 and 1. Reads down, 3-2 scratch, 4-1. Third race coming up. Mike Rogers drives the 1 Super Sage. Again, Mike Rogers drives the 1. A reminder, Super Sage was third here Monday evening with a beaten time of 2:02 and a fifth. And number 3, Illini Deceptive, was the winner of that race here on Monday evening for Clark Fairley in 2:02 flat. Time now to play Pick a Winner.
All right, David, good race there. Wyatt trying to do some things in the corner there, as Kurt described, and you could see he was pushing hard into that corner to try to get that lead, but just couldn't get it.
Yeah, it made a little skip there behind the tree going towards the quarter pole. I didn't see what happened. It was kind of off camera right what happened, but the camera came back behind the tree and he was off stride. So I don't know if just a speed break or maybe got caught at a knee boot or something, but yeah, it just didn't quite go his way.
Well, they said that he was trying to carry full speed into that corner.
He was out of the turn already. He was back there.
Was he back there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So a nice race there as we come up, and Lisa picks it right again. And everybody else, she's got triple.
Who would have said Lisa's picking them good tonight? Yeah, someone's calling it out in the chats.
Yeah. Let's see who that was.
I forgot already.
I'll get it here because it's not too far.
Rick Detling said it.
Yeah.
I guess Lisa knows horses.
Yeah, Lisa knows horses.
He wasn't wrong.
Well, whatever she's using tonight is working. But,
Kenya's out there congratulating Mop for a great drive. Yeah, that's Daenerys' nickname is Mop.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did not know that.
I think he used to have like little longer dreadlocks or something like that.
Okay.
But Jody says
Ending trackside at the east end of the grandstand. My understanding is some of Stacy's friends went together, pooled their money to get him a gift card to buy fuel. Is that correct, Stacy? He's hanging his head and shaking his head. You all might remember it was last year when the starting gate ran out of fuel, and Stacy played it perfectly. Got it back running again, and went by the stands and gave everybody a honk and a wave. So, Stacy, it's great to have friends, isn't it? He is driving the gate this evening, and Roy Finn serving as our official starter.
I put that one out there already. Yeah, I think I got us up to date on most of the chats that are out there. Tyler's already picking the next race, I think 215. But we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, Stacy DeRoos, we were here for that. He had to be pulled around, ran out of gas. We gave him a hard time on air.
He'll never live that down.
Yeah. And so with that, that's
let's pick a winner. It scared me. I didn't know who it was.
Yep, and so that's going on. We want to thank our sponsors out there that are coming up on the screen. And we had a new one last night.
Yep.
You want to talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, sure. We were over at the Urbana Fair, and Kevin Neathelt was sitting behind us, and he passed me a little note, said he wanted to do a memorial for Dylan, his son that passed away tragically at a very young age. And we threw together something for him, and he was very appreciative, said, that looks great, guys. So we stuck it in the rotation for tonight. It's always good to remember, those horsemen that are gone, especially ones that are gone way too soon. Dylan, I think, was in his early 30s, if I'm not mistaken, like 32 something. That's just not, old enough to be a full life. So we remember him. We honor Kevin's, wishes and get something out there for Dylan and all the horsemen that knew him.
Absolutely. And, folks, you can do that. If you want to do a memorial, we can do that and make that part of our sponsor slides out there, or you can donate. We can do commercials for you. We are getting in toward the end of the season this year. Day racing Friday, and then we've got several days of 6 cards for you next week out of 8 days?
Something like that. Bam, bam, bam.
And so we can get some of that in there, but consider being a sponsor or a donor for next year. You can still donate this year if you want to just help us through the time here. We thought we were down buying equipment, but we've had less camera problems. We spent about $1,300 to get the
squared up on that
squared up on the end, and that allows us when available and time allows, and there's a lot of factors involved to get the car camera in. And
I believe that win by driver Denarius Dortch in race 2 might have been his first ever in the Illini Stakes Series. Don't recall Denarius having a lot of drives since these races began back in 2019, but those of you who know Denarius Dortch, if you see him over in the stable area, we would like to properly recognize that, if indeed that's the case, because we are leaning in the direction that was the first Illini Stakes win ever for Denarius Dortch. Right now, getting ready for race 3. Horses are on the track for the third race, second division of the Illini 3-year-old filly pace. Again, B&D Grocery of Mattoon and Coles County Sanitation and Recycling, your co-sponsors of the blanket. The purse, $4,765. And one of the storylines here in race 3 concerns our own Clark Fairley, the owner, trainer, driver of number 3, Illini Deceptive. We talked to Clark a few days ago, and we asked, have you ever won one of the Illini Stakes at your home fair? And he said no. He said, I have been runner-up on 3 occasions, but I've never won one yet. Well, we went back through the record books. Clark has actually had 4 starters in the Illini series before tonight, and all 4 have been runner-up. One of them crossed the wire third, but was promoted to second on a steward's ruling. But 4 starters, 4 second-place finishes, And, that says a lot in and of itself to be that consistently competitive in races of this caliber. But, Clark would love to add a first-ever Illini Stakes trophy. We will see if that happens here tonight. One thing he's got going for him here in Race 3 is the fact this filly trains, of course, on this racetrack, and she won here on Monday. So let's see if she can back it up, and if maybe Illini Deceptive, another of those University of Illinois breds, can be the one that gets Clark across the wire first. Number 1 is Super Sage, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher. Contrary to the program, the driver, Mike Rogers. 2, Calico Sunset, owned and trained by Leroy Hunt of Jackson, Tennessee. Juan Franco and the bike. Number 3, approaching the grandstand now, is Illini Deceptive, owned, trained, and driven by Clark Fairley of Lerna. Number 4, Variant, is owned by Bart Seals of Mason, trained by Freddie Patton Jr. The driver is Jordan Patton. And number 5, League of Her Own, is owned by Jim Cravens of Buffalo. Bonita Simmons of Springfield, trained by Tom Simmons, and the driver is Wyatt Avenatti. These 5 pacing fillies on their way to the gate.
I'm sure everybody out there is wondering who Lisa picked this time, David, instead of who we picked. Lisa went 4-2-5 in this. 3 of us went with the 4. Brady went with the 2 in this Have we got the right race up there?
Yeah. Yep. We all went
Okay.
Variant. Brady went Calico Sunset. He likes that combination, putting Juan in the bike. I thought that Matt got along really good with that filly, but Juan's been tough behind her, and I think Brady likes that combination, although he just texted me and says he's ice cold right now, so.
Yeah.
I'll take
first to last. That's all
okay,
right.
yeah. Lisa can run wild.
Lisa enjoyed.
At the post, gates rolling, top of the stretch. Good to have you with us on a Wednesday evening at the Coles County Fair. The Illini Harness Racing Stakes continue. Here they come. Second division, 3-year-old filly pace.
Pulled that off. There we go.
They are off and pacing, and there goes Calico Sunset right out for the lead. Variant has early speed as well. Super Sage comes away in 3rd. Illini Deceptive is away in the 4th position for Clark Fairley, and League of Her Own is last of the 5 as they swing around the first turn and head up the backstretch toward the quarter-mile mark. Calico Sunset, a very fast filly, and she's got a lot of wins on county fair tracks, and she's your leader by a length over Super Sage in 2nd, a length and a half. Variant goes 3rd. Illini Deceptive is in 4th, and League of Her Own is 5th as they go nose to tail past that quarter-mile mark. 29-2 for the opening quarter, 29 2/5 seconds around that west turn. It is Calico Sunset leading it by just 1 length as Super Sage goes 2nd by a length, and then Variant. And now an early move from League of Her Own toward the outside from the back of the pack. She's right alongside of Illini Deceptive, contesting the 4th position, and about 4 lengths or so would cover the lot as they come on by the halfway point in this division of the B&D Grocery and Coles County Sanitation and Recycling race. Calico Sunset is your leader back toward the east end of the track.
This is going to be an interesting
A minute,
finish.
3/5 for that first half mile, a minute and 3/5. So Calico Sunset is the leader onto the back stretch. Super Sage is racing in 2nd. League of Her Own 3rd up on the outside. Variant 4th back toward the inside. And Illini Deceptive, Clark begins his move from last, takes toward the outside 5th, still 4 lengths off the lead. And Calico Sunset still has the lead by a length and a half, 2 lengths onto the far turn. Super Sage and League of Her Own side by side for 2nd. 1:30.4, the time for the 3/4. Illini Deceptive, she's going to have to go way out to the grandstand side, and by the time she does that, Calico Sunset is gone with the lead. Calico Sunset by 5 by 6. Here comes Illini Deceptive with a late charge on the far outside. At the wire, though, it will be Calico Sunset. Calico Sunset, your winner by 5 lengths.
3, 4,
Would
5,
you believe it?
1.
Illini Deceptive is across the wire in 2nd. Once again, Clark Fairley in the bridesmaid role in the Illini Stakes. That is amazing. 5 career starts and 5 runner-up finishes now. But Calico Sunset, number 2, is your winner. 1:59 and 4, the time for the mile. 1 minute, 59 and 4/5 seconds. Number 2, Calico Sunset, is your winner. 4th race is on the way. Pick a winner, players. A reminder, scratch number 4, lose True Lou. Race 4, scratch number 4, lose True Lou. Horseman, you may come to the track for that 4th race.
Well, David Brady comes back on that one and gets 70 points out of it. You and I get 45 apiece. Elisa in 4th place in that one. She's slumming down to 20 points. So that's what's going on there.
Mop's coming over here in a hurry, huh? What's up, man? Yeah, it's a kind of a rough day out here for the home team. Looks like Brady's doing great. Lisa's having a hot day. Steve, we'll just go ahead and say we're not having the best. That's okay.
No, we're kind of in the middle there. I mean, Lisa's got a pretty good lead. Brady's at 165, 122 for Brady, 102 for you. But I'm at the mere 85. I doubled my points. More than doubled my points just in that race.
If you just do that every race, now you'll be at like what's the exponent of millions probably? No.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Some hugs down trackside and congratulations being offered. Trainer Leroy Hunt is also the owner of Calico Sunset.
So looks like Kurt's trying to get Denarius maybe to do an interview.
And here comes the winner now, returning in front of the stands. 11th career victory for this talented pacing filly. How about a hand for number 2, Calico Sunset? 1:59 and 4, the time for the mile. Our thanks to our Coles County Fair Queen, Chloe Hettinger, Lyndon Traub, our junior miss, and Avriana Reyes, our little miss, as they get ready to offer their congratulations. And here comes that B&D Grocery of Mattoon and also Coles County Sanitation and Recycling blanket. Brian Chupp bred this 3-year-old filly who's by the sire Kronos. This filly goes over $40,000 in career earnings tonight. Not bad for a $2,200 yearling purchase. And again, picks up the victory here in 1:59 and 4/5 of a second. Juan Franco, your winning driver. We, especially as America has celebrated its 250th birthday this year, we love to tell the story of Juan Franco's journey to America. Folks, your winning driver was born in Guatemala. He immigrated to the U.S. many years ago, and just a couple of years ago, he took the oath and passed the test to become a citizen of the United States. Juan, as always, congratulations. Before we get to the rundown, Denarius Dortch has joined us, native of Mississippi. And he nods his head and says that's correct. We saw Denarius win in race, race 2 here this evening. So Denarius, first of all, we were chatting. You told us, you confirmed that's the first time you've won an Illini stake at the Coles County Fair. How does it feel?
It feels good. It's a blessing. I missed out on racing like 2 years. I was at home just ready to race. And so to get back here and win a big race like this, it's a big accomplishment for me.
And sometimes a person has to do that. A lot of horsemen have gone through those periods. You go home, you regroup, and you come back even stronger. You had an eventful journey getting to the fairgrounds this evening. What happened?
We had a blowout on the truck, and we got here maybe 10-15 minutes before the races.
Well, we're glad that you and everybody else and the horses arrived just fine. We know your night's not over, but Denarius, very kind of you to come to the infield because we wanted to properly recognize your first Illini Stakes win. Now go back there and get some more victories.
Yes, sir. I thank you.
Denarius Dortch. And Denarius very generous with his time this evening, and we appreciate it. Here's that full field rundown from the 3rd race. From the top, Super Sage finished 5. Calico Sunset, the winner. Illini Deceptive was the runner-up. Variant finished 3, and League of Her Own finished 4. The quarter, 29 and 2. The half in a minute, 3/5, 3/4, 1:30 and 4/5 of a second, and the time for the mile 1:59 and 4. Reads down 5:12.34. Again, the fourth race on the way. Scratch number 4, Lou's True Lou. What a fantastic crowd here this evening, and as always, the racing fans here at the Coles County Fair enthusiastic about these horses and drivers. And folks, it's just wonderful to have you with us here tonight, and we're ready to play more Pick a Winner.
All right, David, time to talk about the backstretch. You get any pictures or anything from people since we talked about this last night?
I don't think so. Besides the one from Lisa, but no.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna change gears here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put this up here, David. You can explain it. This is an AI.
One of our horse names we ran through AI. Let's go ahead and put up the track side with our first hint up there. This is a horse name. Go ahead and drop your best guess in the chat. Whoever gets it right first gets a $0 prize. I'll keep checking the chats. The first hint is this horse took a trotting mark at 6 years old in a qualifier on a mile track of 2, 6, and 1. 2, 6, and 1. The second hint is this horse made over $650,000, which you think would contradict, right? Only has a mark of 2-1, made over $500,000. And our third hint is this horse was a sportsmaster by an incredible finale dam, which means nothing to you, but to the horse folks out there, they know that a sportsmaster should not be trotting, and so this might be a curveball on somebody. I'll keep checking the chats and have my phone in my lap, but give me your best guess. Throw it in the chat, throw it in Snapchat, text, whatever you got, and we'll see if we can get you up there.
Okay, I asked the other night for horse names. I didn't get a lot of responses out of that. Let's talk as a harness person, and this will be people of different ages. We'll have different horses. Why don't you send us a message on your favorite horse to watch? What's been your favorite horse over the years? We asked Freddie the other night his favorite horse to drive.
That is the stories I want to collect. You know, Freddie gave us a horse that was kind of a no-name horse, but meant a lot to him because of how he obtained it and how Carl Becker believed in him. Those are the stories I want to hear. Send me a story about some unsung horse that just kind of was the one that got you hooked, or one that melted your heart, or one that just meant the most to you, maybe in spite of their accomplishments.
Up to be one heck of a battle. You've got the reigning Illinois champion, 2-year-old trotting colt or gelding from last year. That's number 1, Go Chrome. He got so good late in the season last year, and voters from USTA District 5 here in Illinois noticed, and they named him the best of the crop last year at 2. And he's got, back-to-back wins. Actually, he won the Cardinal Stakes at the Illinois State Fairgrounds June 15th and then won a non-purse qualifier, but he has won 2 of his 4 starts this year. Number 2, Lou's Transporter, 3 wins in his last 4 starts.
Brady, got it.
He broke stride at the Edgar County Fair at Paris. We asked Steve Searle what happened. He said, I think that first turn was just a little sharper than what he is used to, and he got frustrated and broke stride, and then that just kind of threw him off the rest of the way that night. So Lou's Transporter, as horsemen say, Steve Searle, the trainer, going to draw a line through that race. Toss it out, disregard it, and he thinks Lou will come back better tonight. Twin Cedars Riley just scored the first win of the campaign in 2026 for his season. That was at the Farmer City DeWitt County Fair last Friday night. Number 4 is Scratch. The 5, Fox Valley Sabra, won over $50,000 last year. And Fox Valley Sabra does have 3 wins this year. With limited racing opportunities in Illinois, he has spent most of the summer at Hoosier Park in Indiana, comes in off a 157-2 victory. And we know he can handle the half-mile tracks. He won the Downstate Classic at the Macon County Fair at Decatur on June 1st in 2:02 flat. And then you've got Zoomster, who has a pair of wins this year and, in fact, has won 2 of his last 3 starts. Got rained out last Sunday at the Edwards County Fair in Albion. 4th race coming up.
David, what I was looking at, Jody Bennett, our first person out there to give us a horse out there. Well, wait a second, several.
Well, I was saying, you're mixing stories here. She also, her latest comment is that clown was just creepy. It had to be giggling, Jody. Come on.
I'm thinking this is an answer. Steve Wagner, Move It was his horse.
Petatat driver Jack Whiteside. Looks like Rick Dedling's submission. We've learned a lot about Jack Whiteside from all of our friends in the Decatur area.
And then Jody Bennett, she's self-contained.
Yeah, Brady's right. Giggles the Clown is trained by Roger Welch. I think Bo, one of the DeLong brothers, own part of him. But anywho, we'll go to Kurt for the post parade. Brady, you win that one. Your $0 check after the races.
Horses are on the track for the 4th of our 10 events here this evening. Again, scratch number 4, Lou's True Lou. First of 2 divisions of the Illini 3-year-old colt and gelding trot for a purse of just under $5,000. Flacco Family Farms, they have won their share of races in this Illini series over the years as owner and as breeder. And we saw that just a moment ago, in fact, when the Flacco family came trackside for a victory here already this evening, having taken a win already tonight. They hope to add to that here this evening in the upcoming race. And, of course, they were the co-owner and co-breeder at Broadway and Lou, who won the 3-year-old filly trot earlier tonight. So the Flacco gang hoping to add a colt and gelding trot trophy. Here is the post parade now. Culler's French Fries. Visit them on the Midway here at the Coles County Fair. Number 1 is Go 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 Chrome, owned by Ron Phillips of Athens, Lyle Lipe of Springfield, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton, the reigning Illinois champion, number 1. The 2 is Lou's Transporter, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis. That's Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco and Rick and Tabby Flacco. Steve Searle trains, Jordan Patton drives. 3 is Twin Cedars Riley, owned by Robert Silberberg of Farmington Hills, Michigan, Jim Eaton of Crete, Patricia Tiernan of Piatone, and Mary Van Boven of Canton, Michigan, trained by Jim Eaton, the driver, Juan Franco, as Juan tries to go back-to-back here, having won the 3rd race. 4 is scratched. 5 is Fox Valley Sabra, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Benita Simmons of Springfield, Illinois, and Schneider of Petersburg, Illinois, trained by Tom Simmons, and the driver is Wyatt Avanetti. Number 6, Zoomster, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner, who comes to us from West Salem, and J.D. Finn is in the bike. A reminder, even though number 4 is scratched, number 6, Zoomster, still has to start from the 2nd tier. As our presiding judge, Randy Callahan, has told us, is a good way to remember it. Once in the 2nd tier, always in the 2nd tier. Once you draw into the 2nd tier behind the gate, doesn't matter what changes in that first lineup right on the gate, those 5 horses that typically line up in the front row behind the gate. If one of them scratches, you don't move up to the front tier. You have to stay in the 2nd tier. So we'll see what kind of a trip J.D. Finn works out from there. He's been in that position before. He's as experienced as anyone at dealing with that situation. Top of the stretch, here they come, 4th race. They are off and trotting. Twin Cedars Riley away in good order. Go, go, go. Chrome is a step quicker and will save the ground as they head into the first turn. Lou's Transporter is away 3rd. Zoomster is off stride. Zoomster goes off stride in that 4th position. Fox Valley Sabra carefully moves up around the outside and now down to the inside as they head up the backstretch, kind of weaving through breaking trotters. The leader is Go, Go, Go Chrome, who leads it by a length and a half. Twin Cedars Riley going to race right behind the early pace setter, and then a gap of 10 more lengths back to Lou's Transporter in 3rd, followed by Fox Valley Sabra, another 5 lengths back in 4th, and then 15 more lengths back to Zoomster, who's last 29-1 for the opening quarter, 29-1. Lou's Transporter has just broken stride again while racing in 3rd. Fox Valley Sabra has just broken stride while racing in 4th. But at the half-mile mark, let's go back up front and reset the front of the field. Go, go, go Chrome is your leader. Go, go, go Chrome. On top for Jamaica Patton by a length and a half. Twin Cedars Riley is in the 2nd position. And then a gap of 15 more lengths back to Lou's Transporter in 3rd. 5 more lengths back of that one to Zoomster in 4th. Fox Valley Sabra is a distant 5th and last as they come past the half in a minute flat. A minute flat for the first half mile. Back around the east side of the course they go, headed on toward the three-quarter mile mark, and already the leader Go 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 Chrome is approaching the three-quarter, and he's opening up here. He did lead by a length and a half. He's more than doubled that. The lead continues to grow. It's out to nearly 5 lengths for Go 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 Chrome. Back to Twin Cedars Riley in second. 25 more lengths back to Loose Transporter and Zoomster. 1:30 and 1/5 the time of the three-quarters. 1:30 and 1. They turn for home. Go 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 Chrome has the lead. Twin Cedars Riley mounts a challenge off the final turn. Go 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 Chrome still leads it by 2.5 lengths. However, the final 16th, Go 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 Chrome, the champ, wins his division of the Illini Stakes. Go 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 Chrome won it by a measured length and a half over Twin Cedars Riley, and then it was 20 more lengths or so back to Zoomster in third. Nearly 10 more lengths back of that one, Loose Transporter in fourth, and the track is still hot. Here comes Fox Valley Sabra off the final turn, and Fox Valley Sabra will cross the wire and complete the mile in the 5th position. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5 of a second. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5 of a second. Number 1, Go 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 Chrome, your winner. We'll meet the winner in a moment. Race 5 coming up. No changes in this 5th event.
All right, David, an interesting race there. As we look at the race, everybody picked 1-5, just the difference in the third horse. So out on top there, Lisa and you get 62 points, Brady gets 60, and I'm at the 50 mark.
I remember watching this horse, Go 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 Chrome, race over at Springfield in one of the Suburban Down Days or whatever last year on June 20th. He had won 2 or 3 races at the time, and Jamaica was driving. I just thought this horse is for real, and I've watched him ever since, and he's just a fine
Quick update on
animal.
the battle for leading trainer of the week at the Coles County Fair. Through tonight's 4th race, Clark Fairley is now atop the standings with 14 points. Jamaica Patton has just vaulted into second with 13, and then Jill Brown is third with 11. Again, the point system, 5 points for a win, 3 points for a runner-up finish, 1 point for finishing third. Congratulations to Ron Phillips, the breeder and co-owner of Go 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 Chrome. Ron is the former sheriff up in Menard County, makes his home in Athens. Judge Lyle Lipe of Springfield is a co-owner, and Jamaica Patton co-owns, trains, and drives Go 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 Chrome. And Jamaica, many years ago, relocated from his hometown of Clinton, Mississippi, to here in Illinois to be part of the Illinois racing community. Go 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 Chrome has just won for the 8th time in his career. And when you're the champion, as the saying goes, you know that everybody's got you in their sights because somebody's going to step forward and want to prove that they've got the better horse. But so far, Go 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 Chrome has handled those challenges pretty well. How about a hand for your winner here in race 4? The Flacco Family Farms and Colors French Fries, your co-blanket sponsors here for this 4th race, as Go 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 Chrome pushes closer toward the $100,000 mark in career earnings, and he is no doubt among the favorites for the Illinois State Fair Colt Stakes coming up on the big 1-mile track at Springfield. In fact, that is where this colt trains on a regular basis as Jamaica Patton stables his barn at the state fairgrounds. Jamaica, congratulations on your latest victory. Jamaica Patton, a very popular horseman on the Illinois circuit. He acknowledges the cheers from the crowd. He went over the 1,000 win mark. A lot of you might remember that. It was last year at the Illinois State Fair. He got a win with a colt named One Trip Chip for his 1,000th driving victory. Well, here's the full field rundown. It's official for the 4th race. Go 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 Chrome, the winner. Loose Transporter finished 4. Twin Cedars Riley finished 2. Lou's True Lou was scratched. Fox Valley Sabra 5. Zoomster finished 3. The quarter, 29-1. The half in a minute flat. 3 quarters, 1:30 and a 5th. The time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5 of a second. Reads down 1:42, scratch 5:3. Second division of the Illini 3-year-old trot is on the way. Let's update those past performance lines for our pick-a-winner players.
Okay, David, another horse out there. People like this topic. Favorite horses was Wildcat Bobby, who raced at Balmoral and Hawthorne until 2021. Never raced for big money, but was one of the best closers that Bear saw.
And I got one from Barry Bell in my Facebook chats over here. The horse named Princess Sage for Matt Evanet's wife Kelly, because it was a first and only foal out of a mare that Kelly bought off of Carl Becker for $500 and got a breeding out of Sagebrush in the deal, I think, with Barry doing some negotiating for Kelly there. But that horse ended up being the only foal from that mare. Barry helped bring in Sagebrush from Ken Rucker's barn into Illinois, and Princess Sage, that foal went on to be Illinois Horse of the Year for Kelly and Freddie Patton. So that horse definitely means a lot to the Bells, the Avenettis, the Pattons, everybody involved, because that's a pretty cool story.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be back after our sponsors get an opportunity here.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile?
It was known at the time as the Abe Lincoln Stakes and trotted a mile in 1:58.1, which at the time was the fastest Illinois County Fair trotting mile of all time. And then Goomster, earlier this year on Memorial Weekend at the fair at Martinsville, he lowered his all-time Illinois County Fair record. He trotted in 1:58 flat. Goomster won here Monday evening, trotted a mile around 2 minutes and a piece, and he is back in to go on Friday. That Friday card at 12:30, 12 races, that's a fantastic lineup on Friday afternoon, 12:30 p.m. for the first post. You've got a lot of locally based horses that are entered to go. You've got Goomster coming back on Friday. Great Seats, a horse who has paced county fair tracks very fast over the last few years. He's here on Friday. I Understand, who won here in 1:57 and a piece on Monday evening. He's in to go on Friday. 2-year-old Top Line Trot. There is a 2-year-old trotting filly that has been racing very well for trainer Dave Avenatti down in Kentucky. She's already won about $20,000 this year. She's here on Friday, so be sure to make note of that special post time, Friday, 12:30 p.m., for more Illinois Standardbred Association, top line, and overnight or non-stakes races.
Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home. Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller's stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Horses are on the track for the second division of the Illini 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot on a big night of racing here at the Coles County Fair. Great to have you with us, whether you join us here on site or via the live stream from our friends at Harness Tube. And again, you can find their site at harnesstube.com. Flacco Family Farms and Colors French Fries, again, the co-blanket sponsors here in race number 5. The Flacco Family Farms have bred so many champion Illinois trotters through the years, and of course their flagship stallion, Lou's Legacy, won something like 8 or 9 consecutive titles as the state's Illinois Trotting Sire of the Year. And Colors French Fries, you won't find a better delight anywhere on the fair circuit. They are tremendous. Just incredible. Always good to see them on the midway here at Coles County. Let's meet the starters for the 5th race. Number 1, Class Comedian, owned and trained by Jacob Radel of Edgewood, Freddie Patton Jr. in the bike. 2, Dooleyville Refill, owned by Randall Dooley of Hidalgo, trained by Harold Finn, with Harold Finn Jr. driving. Number 3 is Here Comes Bob, owned by Molly Baldus of Hannah City, Steve Searle of Grant Park, Chris Paloma of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Kathy Ritzel of St. Jacob, Illinois, trained by Steve Searle, and the driver is Wyatt Avenatti. 4, Lou's Lottery, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco and Rick and Tabby Flacco, trained by Jill Brown, and Jordan Patton is your driver. Number 5, Tonator, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem, and the driver is J.D. Finn. We've talked throughout the summer on the fair circuit that number 5, Tonator, got his name because of the fact he was born about 2 or 3 days before a tornado swept through the Sherman, Illinois area just outside of Springfield. And thankfully, there was no loss of life, human or equine, so everyone came through just fine, but there was considerable damage to a number of the barns and buildings at Walker Standardbreds where Tonator was born. And he was bred by Dr. Brian Kennedy, who at the time was their chief veterinarian on call. But that's why Brian put that name on this trotter, named him Tonator, acknowledging the fact that he and all the other horses came safely through that experience. And of course, right here at Coles County and here at the fairgrounds, we know all too well what that experience can be like. But on the positive side, much like was seen in the Springfield area with their situation, same thing here. Amazing the way the community rallied together. Right now at the post, the gate is rolling. Race 5, top of the stretch. Here they come. They are off and trotting a beautiful start. There goes Class Comedian out for the early lead as Lou's Lottery comes away well, but then breaks stride. Lou's Lottery started to make a bid for the lead, but then broke stride at the entry to the first turn. And here comes Bob as a result now is going to capitalize and move up. And here comes Bob, will take the lead from Class Comedian off the first turn and up the back stretch. Here comes Bob, leads it for Wyatt Avenetti by a length and a half. Class Comedian second, a length and a half. Dooleyville Refill is third, a length and a half. Toe Nader is in fourth, gap of 10 more lengths. Lou's Lottery beginning to close ground, but is still last, still about a dozen lengths off the lead. 29 and 4 for the opening quarter, 29 and 4/5 seconds. Here comes Bob as your leader. Here comes Bob is on top by just 1 length. Class Comedian goes second. Dooleyville Refill goes third. Toe Nader fourth. And then a gap of 5 more lengths back to Lou's Lottery in fifth as they approach the halfway point in race 5. The second division of the Flacco Family Farms and Colors French Fries Illini Stakes for 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Here comes Bob as your leader. On top by just a length past the stands and now heading back toward the east end of the course. Class Comedian goes second. 101 and 2 for the first half mile. 101 and 2. Dooleyville Refill is still third. Toe Nader yet to move from fourth. Lou's Lottery has now caught the field, and Jordan Patton gives him a breather at the back of the pack. He says, all right, buddy, we've caught up with everybody. Let's regroup and get ready to make a final bid for this thing because the leader's already at the 3/4. Here comes Bob, is your leader, on top by a length. Class Comedian goes second by 3 lengths, followed by Toe Nader moving up the inside to challenge Dooleyville Refill for third, and Lou's Lottery is last. 1:31 and 1. The time at the 3/4, 1:31 and 1. And here comes Class Comedian. Takes to the outside of here comes Bob, who still leads off the far turn. Here they come for the finish. It's time for the payoff in race 5. Here comes Bob, has the lead, opens back up by a length and a half, by 2 lengths. Class Comedian will have to settle for second. Here comes Bob, your winner for Wyatt Avenetti. Wins it by 3 lengths on the line. Class Comedian second, Toe Nader third. Gap of 3.5 lengths more back to Dooleyville Refill in fourth, and Lou's Lottery was fifth. 2:02 and 4, the time for the mile. 2:02 and 4/5.
Well, David Brady gets 60 points on that. Does well. Lisa only got 20, so
Brady's closing the gap.
Brady's closing the gap. Lisa at 247, Lisa at 242. You're at 194, and I'm somewhere back there at 150 something.
Looking across the grandstand over there, I see Lester Detweiler. I want to give him a big shout-out. B&D Groceries, a sponsor not only of Harness Too, but they sponsored the Pick Winner tonight. I know he put up a lot of money and brought all of his employees out. If you saw the Winner Circle photo a couple races ago, Lester and all the grocery store employees were out there. And he really does bring them out and gets them enthused about horse racing and he explains it to them. So we appreciate all of his efforts because we know that any new fan is definitely a fan gained. And
I was thumbing through, moving mine up for the judges, my iPad, and noticed that our final turn.
Well, we talked about Lou's Legacy being the flagship stallion for the Flacco Family Farms. And Flacco Family Farms joins forces with Colors French Fries to sponsor the blanket. We mentioned all that because your winner in race 5 is by Lou's Legacy. How about a hand for Here Comes Bob? Here Comes Bob is owned by Molly Baldus of Hannah City, Steve Searle of Grant Park, Chris Paloma, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Kathy Ritzel of St. Jacob, Illinois. And this is a homebred for these connections. Mike Paloma, also a co-breeder on this 3-year-old gelded son of Lou's Legacy. The first dam, BC, she was a good trotting mare, and she won the Illinois State Fair Championship as a 2-year-old for these same connections. Handshakes for driver Wyatt Avenetti. 2 wins tonight for the Steve Searle Wyatt Avenetti combination. Congratulations. The time for the mile, 2:02 and 4/5 of a second. Steve and Wyatt adding yet another Illini Stakes trophy to their mantle. They may have to expand or extend those mantles before too long because they have joined forces to win their share of these Illini Stakes in recent years. Judge, are we official? Yes, our judge is Mr. Randy Callahan out of Greenup, Illinois, and he has confirmed the result is official for race 5. Here it is. Class Comedian was the runner-up. Dooleyville Refill finished 4. Here Comes Bob, the winner. Lou's Lottery finished 5, and Toe Nader finished 3. The quarter 29 and 4, the half in 101 and 2. 3 quarters 131 and a fifth, and the time for the mile 202 and 4/5 of a second. It reads down 2:41.53. Here Comes Bob getting his 2nd win of the season, his 5th win overall, and that moves us now on to race number 6. Again, great to have you with us on a Wednesday evening at the 172nd Annual Coles County Fair. You are attending the oldest continuous county fair in Illinois. In the upcoming 6th race, the driver of the 2 RK's Winners Win will be Jamaica Patton. Jamaica Patton drives the 2. And on number 5, Smokin' Them Some Stars, it'll be Matt Avenatti. Matt Avenatti drives number 5. Again, our pick a winner drawings tonight are brought to you by B&D Grocery and also DeRue Starting Gates. Time now to play the latest round of pick a winner.
We were asking for, those horses out there that stick in your mind that maybe aren't in the record books but are in your memories. And Brother Doug sent me a text. He sent out a horse that I kind of forgot about. I got to admit here, Sycamore Ruby. That was a horse that was bred by our farrier, Todd Pudick, out of Lewiston. He had a couple brood mares for a bit. I remember he had the Sycamore name. He had Sycamore Jake, Sycamore Ruby, Sycamore Blue. Okay, Sycamore Ruby, but Sycamore Ruby stands out to Doug because that filly was kind of at the beginning of Doug and I's driving career. I think got our license in 2011. Doug drove predominantly a lot, and he started getting his drives in like 12, 13, 14. I think that's kind of when that filly was. But Sycamore Ruby, very interesting. She won the Midwestern Illinois Racing Association 3-year-old Pacing Filly of the Year, having never won a race. I remember that, now that Doug says that, she was always the bridesmaid. I mean, she had like 6 seconds and 3/3. I mean, just was ultra consistent, always knocking on the door, could never bring it home. But that one sticks out in Doug's mind, and I can see why, because, I mean, he's chomping at the bit every race, thinking he's got a shot and just can't get it done.
Thank you for reminding me to put myself up there. Otherwise, we'd had a great conversation, and it would have been one-sided conversation that people could hear. But, David, what's your favorite horse?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, my first one sticks out just because I was 15 and got me into the game. But I had a horse. It's just horses that go under the radar. I had a horse named Big and Rich. He was a Rich's Hanover I bought. He didn't race it too. Kind of got some ouchies. We grew up really well as a 3-year-old, and he was a big, powerful horse. We took him down to Carrollton, made a first start in a 2- and 3-year-old open down there. And he was pooping in the first turn. Didn't know where he was looking, gawking, looking at the beer tent, looking at the fans. Just his head was not in the game at all. Well, come about the 3/4 pole, he is chewing up ground fast, and he ended up pacing the last quarter of that first start in like 28 and 3. I think he was finished 2nd or 3rd to Freddie Patton, but just still showed an awesome showing as first start as that 3-year-old. We raced him. A few more months. I'm trying to say through maybe state fair time, and then sold him out east, and he had a pretty successful career out there. But he was just such a big, powerful horse, and one that, Big and Rich, the band was popular then too. So I thought it was pretty cool naming the horse that, So it just stuck out in my mind as you're impressionable. You're 18 or whatever it was a good time. Well,
since we started, one of my favorite horses by looks only is one that went past us a while ago.
Just a little bit ago. Ashley Silver Guy. Yeah, that is the last horse Alan Bowen ever trained, too.
I like the coloring on that horse. I like the stature of the horse. Yeah, just a good-looking horse. Now, that's current times.
And I was just telling you, he's getting a little bit older. He's getting a little wider. That gray is turning a little grayer, but it does look beautiful on the track. He really kind of pops. He's getting lighter.
Well, he stands out because there's so many other browns and blacks out there that the gray just sticks out.
We were talking about Albion today, and I showed Steve a picture of Leo Burns driving Winsome, Wyoming, back in whenever it was, and he was 97 years old, and he was a big chestnut colt. I mean, we used to see chestnuts and grays and roans and blacks, and we've kind of bred that out of him. Now it's just bay.
Yeah, and you know what mine's going to be? It's going to be Timely Tony, Gene and Marcella Northrup's horses, the Timely series, Timely Trina, Timely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that Timely series was a successful series, but that was when I first got into harness racing, and I wish I still had some pictures of those. I'm going to have to see if there's any hanging around the house at all to find those, to get those scanned in to send to you. But, you know, those are the horses that you see. Nan Turner, NJ's Big Deal.
NJ's Big Deal was a machine with legs. He was a monster out there. He took a lot of records, could go really fast.
And a lot of good harness racing out there. And here's a call to the post.
The sixth and final Illini Stakes of the evening, getting ready to head to the gate. We'll see the post parade here in just a moment. But, of course, we've got more racing coming up, a full 10-race card here this evening. 12 races are on tap for Friday. And, again, a reminder, special post time will be 12:30 p.m. on Friday. A reminder here in race 6, the driver of the 2 RK's winners win, Jamaica Patton. Jamaica Patton drives the 2. Matt Avenatti drives number 5, Smoking Them Some Stars. One division only for the Wilson Equine 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace in the Illini Stakes, and that means the purse is just over $8,500. Number 1 is TJ's Pilot, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, co-owned by trainer Roshan Trigg of Brandon, Mississippi. The driver, Denarius Dortch. Number 2, RK's Winners Win, owned by MM&D Racing, Mike and Mitch Titus and Dennis Wright of Charleston, trained by Roshan Trigg. It'll be Jamaica Patton in the bike. 3, Fox Valley Onassis, a winner at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in 151-4 back on June 15 in the Cardinal Stakes. Fast horse, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Bart Seals of Mason, owned also by Andy Miller of Sydney and Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, trained by Kevin Miller. The driver is Wyatt Avenatti. Number 4, Sleazy and Corrupt, owned by the Engel Stable of Illinois, LLC of Northbrook, of Marty Engel, the trainer Nelson Willis, the driver Juan Franco. 5, Smoking Them Some Stars, owned by Kevin and Daryl Miller of Arthur, trained by Kevin Miller. Contrary to the program, the driver Matt Avenatti. And you will note that number 5, Smoking Them Some Stars, was bred, raised, and sold as a yearling by Diana Wilson and her team at Wilson Equine. And they have raised some fantastic horses at that farm over the years. They have, if you go back and look, you would be shocked how many horses that Diana Wilson has bred and raised and then sold as a yearling that went on to take records of 1 minute 50 seconds or faster. It's an amazing list. It's like 6, 7, 8 horses, something like that. And many of those, of course, she bred in partnership with her late husband, Tim Wilson Sr. And the other thing is, when you mention Wilson Equine, you can't mention Diana without mentioning her staff. She is someone that has put together a tremendous staff of employees, and I know they're more than that to her. It's really a team effort at Wilson Equine. Here they come for the Wilson Equine Blanket, race 6, the final Illini race, but again, a lot more racing yet to come here yet tonight. Race 6, here we go. They are off and pacing. There goes Smoking Them Some Stars, firing first from the outside, but Fox Valley Onassis has flashing early speed as well, and Fox Valley Onassis moves up for the lead. Smoking Them Some Stars goes second, TJ's Pilot third, Arcade's Winners Win is fourth, and Sleazy and Corrupt is last of the five as they angle off the first turn and begin the journey up the backstretch, moving from east to west here at the Coles County Fair. Smoking Them Some Stars has cleared with the lead. Here comes Fox Valley Onassis right back to the outside. Onassis wants that lead back, and he wants it now, and he's got it. Fox Valley Onassis on top by 2 lengths. 30 and 2/5 seconds for that opening quarter, 30 and 2/5 seconds. So it's Fox Valley Onassis with the lead, followed by Smoking Them Some Stars, who travels in second position by 1.5 lengths. Then TJ's Pilot, Arcade's Winners Win, and Sleazy and Corrupt is last. These 5 go single file as they approach the half-mile mark and move past the stands here in the Wilson Equine Race. Fox Valley Onassis shows the way, on top by 2 lengths. It is Smoking Them Some Stars in second, 1.5 lengths, and TJ's Pilot third. 1:01 and 2 for the first half mile, 1:01 and 2/5 of a second. And one would have to think that Fox Valley Onassis, despite the fact that is a legitimate pace, he's a monster, folks, and it's going to be tough, I would think, for anybody to catch him. They go to the 3/4. We're about to find out. Smoking Them Some Stars is second by 1 length. TJ's Pilot is third, and then further back in the pack, you've got Arcade's Winners Win in fourth, and Sleazy and Corrupt is fifth, and they're all chasing in 1:30 and 2, by the way, for the 3/4, 1:30 and 2. They're all chasing Fox Valley Onassis, and again, no one came forward to put him to the test, and he now is opened up by 3 lengths, although there is a good battle for the second spot. Smoking Them Some Stars draws alongside of TJ's Pilot in that particular battle, but there's no catching the leader, who is now the winner. Fox Valley Onassis opens up and wins it comfortably by 5 lengths. It was TJ's Pilot second by 3.5 lengths, back to Smoking Them Some Stars in third. Another gap of nearly 5 lengths, back to Arcade's Winners Win in fourth, and Sleazy and Corrupt was fifth. 1:59 and 1, the time for the mile, 1:59 and 1/5. Number 3, Fox Valley Onassis, your winner. 7th race on the way, no changes in race 7. Horsemen, you may come to the track.
Well, David, it didn't do me any different to pick different than everybody else. But you're the big winner there with 70 points, coming up to 264. Still a 5-point break between Brady and Lisa, both with 60 points apiece. But a nice race. Boy, we got a band playing in the tent someplace.
I guess I hear him over there, yeah.
How do the horses react to that?
Some of them definitely notice those things. But want to congratulate the Kevin Miller stable with Fox Valley Onassis. This is a nice animal, folks. He's a 3-year-old gelding by Some Star somewhere out of Ideal Princess by American Ideal. He's been pacing in 52 over at Hoosier. Comes over here and puts in a nice mile. Doesn't have to quite go as fast. Only has to go in 59 and 1. But still, he dispatches the competition very,
Updating those trainer standings for the week. Kevin Miller has just moved into the lead, 15 points now. And then you've got Clark Fairley with 14. You've got Jill Brown, Jamaica Patton, Jamaica 13, Jill Brown 11. Here comes the Wilson Equine blanket, and it will go to the highly accomplished Fox Valley Onassis, 15 career wins. He is edging closer to $100,000 in career earnings. First time we have seen him on a county fair half-mile track since he won the Downstate Classic at Decatur back on June the 1st. And tonight takes the Illini Stakes in 1:59 and 1. He's a 3-year-old gelded son of Some Star Somewhere, the reigning Illinois Pacing Sire of the Year. Was bred by the Fox Valley Standard Breds of Dr. Kenneth and Patricia Walker. He was a $27,000 yearling, and he has now earned over $95,000. Congratulations. How about a hand for the winner, Fox Valley Onassis? That's 3 wins tonight for Wyatt Avenetti. Congratulations to the ownership group, Kevin Miller of Arthur, Bart Seals of Mason, Andy Miller of Sydney, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, So a nice win for Lester, and of course his B&D Grocery is our Pick-A-Winner sponsor here tonight. So great to see one of our Pick-A-Winner sponsors rewarded with a victory in the Illini Stakes here in race 6. Again, the time for the mile, 1:59 and a fifth. And if you're one of the other drivers in that race, what do you do? Because if you come forward early and try to put this horse to the test, again, he's the favorite, and he's going to be awfully tough to put away. You're probably just going to burn down your own horse, so to speak, trying to get by him. And if you don't do that, he gets away with controlling the tempo, and then he can just kind of open up at will whenever he wants. That's the dilemma. What that means is this is one heck of a nice racehorse. How about a hand once again for Fox Valley Onassis? Judge, are we official? Thank you, sir. And by the way, our thanks to the Illinois Department of Agriculture. They are on hand this evening. Saw Scott Halpin earlier, the Bureau Chief for County Fairs and Horse Racing. We appreciate them visiting us here this evening. Here's the full field rundown for race 6. TJ's Pilot was the runner-up. RK's winner's win was 4. Fox Valley Onassis, the winner. Sleazy and Corrupt 5, and Smokin' Them Some Stars finished 3. The quarter, 30 and 2/5 of a second. The first half mile, 1:01 and 2. 3/4 and 1:30 and 2/5. Time for the mile, 1:59 and a fifth. It reads down 2:41.53. And no doubt Fox Valley Onassis, as things stand as of July 29, would have to be considered among the favorites for the Illinois State Fair Colt Stakes. 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace. The eliminations coming up on Friday, August 14. So race 7 is on the way now in the 7th race. Just a quick reminder, there are no scratches, no driver changes. We do want to remind everyone about the missing past performance lines, which we need to tell you about right now. So Pick-A-Winner players, heads up. Number 1, Do Better Des, broke stride here on Monday, finished 4th with a beaten time of 2:05 and 4. The lines are current for the 2-horse. Number 3, Woodside Acres Dirk, 3rd here on Monday with a beaten time of 2:09. And number 4, Dooleyville Lou, also 3rd here on Monday with a beaten time of 2:03 and a fifth. Time now to play Pick-A-Winner.
All right, David, Charleston tonight. Friday, we've got Charleston, right? Or Friday at 12:30.
Yep.
Then Lincoln, noon on Sunday.
Yep, then we take off, let's say it's Sunday, then Monday's a travel day. No, it's fine. I just was saying I need to change that. I was thinking in my head. But yeah, Monday's a travel day, Tuesday, Altamont, Wednesday, Altamont, Marshall, Thursday, Altamont, head back home, try to rest on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, Mount Sterling for the end on the Downstate Classic.
Okay, let's talk about our schedule. Number 1, scheduling happens depending on David's time off. We're trying to, if you are interested in doing camera work for us or helping out, get in contact with David, because we'd like to do more fairs, but we're going to have to divide and conquer.
We are. We've reached the limit, I think.
As David chews up all of his vacation time to do this, and we appreciate that. And there's a limit to what Lisa and I can do, because we do a couple of hundred events from August, 1st of August through actually now June.
That's saying May 30th.
We don't get even 8 weeks off from the high school and junior high stuff at home that we broadcast. But, it'd be great if we could get multiple, David with someone, and Lisa and I going out and doing it, that we could cover more fairs. Here's the thing. How do we decide? Number 1, David's time off. Number 2, David has a family, and so he spends time with his boys. And so until they get of age to be able to come out here and be a part of the crew, David needs to spend home time with those. And so if you want your fair to be broadcast, here's the best thing to do. Get in contact with David and say, we want you. Number 1, we'd like to do every fair, have done every fair within the next couple of years.
That's the goal. I want to feature every fair that races horses on harness tubes. So we do want to get there. It is a priority. It's just resources get stretched and decisions have to be made. And sometimes, I can use 3 vacation days and get 6 6 cards a race and doing it one way, or use 3 vacation days and get 2 cards a race another way. Kind of got to make choices where they are, but that's where these divide and conquer plan really has to come into play. I think we can get some more bodies out here, and we can teach you how to run a camera. It's an art skill, whatever, but it's something that once you kind of get the flow of what's going on, it's repeated. It's a repeated action.
And Lisa, she's been she's at like 100 and some odd races now.
Probably, yeah.
And so she can follow the horses even when she can't see the horses. She's got the rhythm
her sleep,
down.
I'm sure, yeah. But we can train some people up on running graphics. That's not a horribly tough thing. It's just we need bodies because you can't do 2 things at one time. Or for instance, tonight we're on. Lisa's in the grandstand. We're over here by the sound system. You kind of got to have some people to do the things and be in the right places. And we're looking for some help. We're looking for some people who might be interested in learning about broadcasting. If you have a college student who is maybe a communications major, maybe does some streaming, some Twitch streaming, is familiar with that kind of stuff, what have you. If they have a YouTube channel, whatever it be, we can work with them and show them what we know and try to get them pointed in the right direction to maybe advance that interest.
Even if it's just saying I can do Altamont and I could do Charleston, they're close together, or I can do Newton and Paris. Some of those things that
if you're down in the southeast corner and you can only do those couple fairs for us, that's still a help because that's travel days I don't have to spend, right? And
absolutely.
So it's close to your backyard. It's far from us. If we can get equipment sent down with one person and meet a camera technician down there, that would help us out a lot probably.
Absolutely. So we'd like to do that, but also for your fair. Now, Albion, we've never been to Albion, but here's the question. Number one, we need to do our graphics because we take pride in what we do and doing a first-class job, but we've never been to Albion. So if you're wanting us at your fair, take a picture of where your sound equipment is on the fairgrounds.
That's
take
a good
picture because David and I have to be close to the sound booth.
For instance, just today, we've never been to Marshall, right? And we're leaving right from Altamont, going straight to Marshall next week. I spent about 30 minutes on the phone today with Tanner Spittler from over at the Clark County Fair in Marshall, just kind of confirming him the layout of the grandstand. Where's the sound system? Where's the announcer at? Where's power at? What are the angles? Is there any kind of dead spots where the camera needs to be? All those kind of questions really have to be decided before we show up because it's tough to get those things resolved on the fly whenever horses are warming up, sound guys are not available, judges aren't yet there yet. All these things kind of change the plans, and so if we can cover our bases before we show up, it helps smooth things out a lot.
Where's the sound system for David? I had to be next to, or one or both of us. Lisa is always in the grandstands. The camera has to be so that it can get the whole track. It's going to be in the middle. If you've got a spot in the middle and we can do the whole track from the lower side of the track, we can do that. But power to her
Power's a thing too,
is a big thing. So with that, we'll go back to Kurt.
Post-parade is forming up over on the west end of this 3-turn half-mile track. We talked about it Monday evening. Really, it's a 3-turn track. You've got the east turn, the west turn, and you've got this bowed out front straightaway, which really makes for a turn right here at the start-finish line. And as we discussed on Monday, after the tornado back in 1917, it leveled the grandstand and a lot of other buildings. Fair officials realized that this track at the time was less than a half mile. It measured just under a half mile. So with the grandstand gone, before they built the next grandstand, they said, why don't we take advantage of this opportunity, regrettable circumstance, but we can angle the front stretch out a little further and make this a true half-mile track. So that's why the front straightaway is technically not a straightaway. It's kinked out just enough to create really what is a third turn, and it makes for a full half-mile racetrack. Well, let's meet the starters for this trotting race. Non-winners of $7,500 lifetime, also eligible non-winners of 4 races lifetime, also eligible non-winners of $1,000 in 2026. The purse just over $1,100. Number 1, Do Better Dez, owned by Marcus, Jason, and Lester Detweiler. Sullivan, trained by Marcus Detweiler, Jason Detweiler in the bike. 2, Noble Prize, owned and trained by Doug Graham of Springfield, Wyatt Abinetti, the driver. 3, Woodside Acres Dirk, owned by Lester and Jason Detweiler of Sullivan, trained and driven by Marcus Detweiler. And number 4 is Dooleyville Lou, owned by Randall Dooley of Hidalgo, trained by Harold Finn, and the driver is Harold Finn Jr. Anybody in the grandstand tonight cheering for the Detweiler brothers? Yeah. I had a feeling that would be the response. That is fantastic. Folks, you make it fun for all of us. It's just great to come to the Coles County Fair. This is a community. The racing history runs very deep here. We've got knowledgeable racing fans, and we've got enthusiastic racing fans. And by the way, belated congratulations to Jason, who got the first driving win of his young career a couple of weeks ago at the Menard County Fair. Here they come, top of the stretch. You've got both Jason and Marcus Detweiler. You've got the red-hot Wyatt Avenatti, and you have also got Harold Finn Jr., who is approaching 100 career wins. Here they come. Off and trotting they go. Woodside Acres Dirk goes right out for the lead, and that'll be Marcus Detweiler to take the lead down into the first turn. Do Better Des with Jason Detweiler comes away in second position. Noble Prize is racing in third as they head toward the backstretch, and then Dooleyville Lou, who comes away trotting in fourth, but now starts moving up on the outside from fourth to third to challenge for second as they head toward the quarter. Now Dooleyville Lou's going for the lead. Dooleyville Lou just blazes right on by and takes over for Harold Finn Jr. as they go by the quarter-mile mark. Woodside Acres Dirk is second, a length and a half to Do Better Des in third, and then Noble Prize for 30 3/5 of a second for the opening quarter, 30 3/5. It is Dooleyville Lou who is the leader, on top a length and a half after 3/8 of a mile. Woodside Acres Dirk is second, Do Better Des is in third, and Noble Prize takes to the outside from fourth and tries to start moving up, but still some 3 lengths off the lead. Approaching the halfway point in the John Titus Memorial, and Dooleyville Lou is your leader. Dooleyville Lou is on top by a length and a half past the half-mile mark. Woodside Acres Dirk is right behind the leader in second, a half length. Noble Prize third. 103 3 for the first half mile. 103 3. Noble Prize still in a tussle for that second position. Do Better Des is now in fourth as they move off the east turn and once again head up the backstretch with Dooleyville Lou still the leader. Dooleyville Lou shows the way here, leads it by a length. Woodside Acres Dirk is still covered up behind the leader and second by just a head, and then Noble Prize is third by a length, and Do Better Des starts moving to the outside. Do Better Des, Jason Detweiler's making a 3-wide move from the back of the pack as they head on to the final turn. Dooleyville Lou still the leader. 135 at the 3/4, 135. Dooleyville Lou to the top of the stretch has the lead. Opens up by 3 lengths. Woodside Acres Dirk is second. Do Better Des is on the grandstand side and still trying to get there. Still has to catch Dooleyville Lou. Woodside Acres Dirk is right there as well. Do Better Des is third. They're all chasing Dooleyville, and Dooleyville Lou is the winner. Dooleyville Lou won it by 2.5 lengths. It was Woodside Acres Dirk second by 3/4 of a length over Do Better Des in third, and then a gap of 8 more lengths back to Noble Prize in fourth. 2:05 4, the time for the mile, 2:05 4/5 of a second. Number 4, Dooleyville Lou, your winner. 8th race is coming up. No changes in race 8. Horsemen, you may come to the track.
An exciting race, David. Not by a nose, but an exciting race as we got 3 wide going into that last turn.
I like, Jason made a big move there. I like that guts in him.
And didn't get him the second place he was looking for or the first, because when you're that wide, you're going further.
He didn't want to get backed up by Wyatt there. He either go around or you get spit out the back, and I think he did what he thought. He gave himself a chance to win at the home track. I think that's everyone's dream, right? So I think he was, if you have a choice between, getting spit out the back or giving your horse a chance to win, he went big. Didn't quite work for him, but still.
And who won there?
That was Dooleyville Lou.
And Harold Finn.
I think the judges' stand was just talking. Harold's approaching that 100th career driving win. This, I believe, is 98. So we'll let Kurt confirm that.
Well, this is career win number 98 for Harold Finn Jr. in his driving career. Native of Newton, who now makes his home in Greenup, wearing the familiar orange and blue colors. On his way back right now, coming around the east turn and back toward the front stretch with Dooleyville Lou. Randall Dooley of Hidalgo, the owner. $14,000 yearling purchase. Dooleyville Lou, a 5-year-old gelded son of Lou's Legacy out of Honey Creek Swan by Swan for All. Another winner bred by the Flacco family farms here this evening. And again, Harold Finn, the trainer, and his son Harold Jr. is the winning driver. The John Titus Memorial goes to Dooleyville Lou, 2:05.4. By the way, new lifetime record by nearly 3 full seconds for Dooleyville Lou. How about a hand for the winner? And here comes the John Titus Memorial blanket. Of course, John's son Mike has remained involved. His fact owns a pretty nice 2-year-old pacer representing the family on Friday in the ISA 2-year-old pace. RK's up in smoke. He's 2 for 2 in his young career. And of course, sons Brent and Mitch have continued in the family tradition in this game as well as owners and breeders. Brent also has done some driving, also a very good track announcer. And there is the John Titus Memorial blanket, quite a family legacy in the sport of harness racing. Congratulations to our winning connections in race 7. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for the 7th race. From the top, Do Better Des was 3. Noble Prize finished 4. Woodside Acres Dirk finished 2. And Dooleyville Lou, the winner. The opening quarter, 30 3/5 of a second. The first half mile, 1:03 3. 3 quarters in 1:35. And the time for the mile, 2:05 4. Reads down 3-4-2-1. And again, that is career win number 98 in the driving career of Harold Finn Jr. Race 8 is on the way. This will be the first division of the Jack DeRoos Memorial. There are no scratches, no driver changes in race 8. Updating the past performance lines, number 1, Major Pete, was 7th here on Monday in the open pace. Lines are current for both the 2 and the 3. Let's drop down to number 4, Dash Around, runner-up here in the open pace on Monday with a beaten time of 1:59.4. And then number 5, Drill Baby Drill, raced in the ISA, the Illinois Standardbred Association Stakes, finished 4th with a beaten time of 1 minute 57 2/5 seconds. Time now to play Pick a Winner.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-0000. 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
And then you've got Jill Brown in fourth with 11. She's your defending winner. Steve Searle completes the top 5. He and Dennis Gardner and Marcus Detweiler are actually all right in there with 10 points apiece. So that's been a very competitive battle for leading trainer of the meet, and that award will not be settled until we wrap up here with our 12-race card on Friday, special post time 12:30 p.m.
David, let's talk about this next race.
Did I not advance it?
No, doesn't look like it. Either one.
Race 8, right?
Yep,
8.
Race 8.
Forgot a button.
As we moving right along, and then.
This is the Jack DeRoos Memorial. That looks better.
All right. 3 more races to go this evening. You and I picked similarly in that we picked the one horse.
Horseman Dave Avenatti send a text message saying Frank Irvin, Hall of Fame harness horseman. His first and last wins were here at Charleston. Dave says, I saw the last, but not the first. That's because the first came back in the 1920s. Frank was a native of Pekin, Illinois. Came here, made the first drive of his career. It was a winning drive, and he went on to win the biggest harness races in all of North America, the Little Brown Jug, the Hambletonian, the Fox Stakes at the Indiana State Fair. So he came back here. A lot of you might remember this. He came back to the Coles County Fair in 1978, and he won the final drive of his career. This fair meant so much to Frank Irvin. He had gone on to see, the bright lights of the big city racetracks all the way to the National Hall of Fame in Goshen, New York. But this fair meant so much to him, he said, I want to conclude my career where it began. And he bookended his career. First lifetime drive, final lifetime drive, separated by 50-plus years. Both were victories. So a great memory there shared by Dave Avenatti. As Frank Irvin, this fair meant a great deal to that late Hall of Famer. Race 8 coming up.
We can come back and talk about this race, David, for a few moments.
Steve,
here.
I might be wrong on this, but someone in the chat helped me out. I think this fair means something to our announcer here today, too. I think Kurt announced his first race at a matinee when he was like 15 here in Charleston. So if someone remembers those details, throw them in the chat. But I believe this is one of the first places he ever called a race.
I think we heard that story.
I think it was a matinee. I don't think it was during the fair, but I believe it was a spring matinee card.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, you know what, this is a very historical track. The people have come through this fairgrounds. It's pretty remarkable, as Kurt was just saying. Frank Irvin, a National Hall of Famer. I mean, what can you say about him? He's done so many things for the 60s and 70s. And this fair is just a special spot in the middle of the Midwest, right? It's a gem.
Absolutely, and just a beautiful track. From the judges' standpoint, from ours, we'd like for a little clearer view.
Yeah.
I mean, but a beautiful track. Pretty much an all-weather track. Can take rain because of the lime on it, and a unique track. I
Very
like
unique. I do too. It changes things up. If it's not just a cookie cutter race, it allows for some variables to occur, right?
Absolutely. That curved front stretch, that sharper last turn that you have to do twice here. Is a change maker.
Been hearing the musical stylings of Battle Creek from the side stage wafting across the fairgrounds. They sound good. Don't forget, a number of performers will be featured there throughout the course of the week. This is the oldest continuous county fair in Illinois. It dates all the way back to 1854, and a lot is yet to come here this week at the Coles County Fair. Tomorrow, the truck and tractor pull at 7 o'clock, and don't forget the Coles County Youth Livestock Auction at 5:30 tomorrow evening. Friday, harness racing at 12:30 p.m., 12 races lined up for you. Then the Demolition Derby at 7 o'clock Friday night. On Saturday, professional bull riding at 7. And then the Midway's up and running on Sunday afternoon from 1 to 5 p.m. Rides are $2 each. Merchants Building opens at 11:30 each morning. The Art Hall is open 4 to 7 p.m. daily. For more information, you can visit the fair's website, www.colescountyfair.net, or visit the fair's Facebook page, or stop by the fair office here on the grounds.
Starters are out.
Okay.
So far this evening, through our first 7 races, Wyatt Avenatti leads all drivers with 3 victories. And Steve Searle, the only trainer so far to win more than 1 race tonight. So he tops the standings, at least for now, with a training double. Horses are on the backstretch, forming up the post parade. They'll be in front of the grandstands in a moment. This is the first division of the Jack DeRoos Memorial. Pacers, non-winners of $7,500 lifetime, also eligible non-winners of 4 races lifetime, also eligible non-winners of $1,000 this year. Number 1, Major Pete, is owned by Neil Spann of Jackson, Mississippi, trained and driven by Denarius Dortch. 2, Captain Warrior, owned by Jennifer Rogers of Springfield. Eligio Boccia of Chicago Heights, trained by Mike Rogers. Brendan Potts, the driver. 3, Ashley Silver Guy, owned by Carol Cox of Huntsville, trained by Tyler Stevens Clemens, the driver Mike Rogers. 4, Dash Around, is owned by Clark Fairley of Lerna, Kay Fairley of Charleston, Liz Fairley of Lerna. Clark is the trainer, Clark is the driver. 5 is Drill Baby Drill, racing for Kenneth Schrock of Arthur, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and Dave Schrock of Humboldt, trained and driven by Marcus Detweiler. No scratches, no driver changes here in race 8. First division of the Jack DeRoos Memorial saw Jack's grandson Aaron when I arrived on the grounds this evening. I think as we all get older, and for myself now at age 57, it is always, it's a fun experience when you look at someone and you can see hints or flashes of their ancestors. And I've told Aaron DeRoos, he reminds me a great deal of his late grandfather, Jack DeRoos. And that includes the outgoing personality. Always enjoy catching up with Aaron and, of course, with Stacy and the whole DeRoos family. Jack DeRoos, he had quite an athletic career. As a number of you are well aware, he played baseball for the Chicago Cubs affiliate, the Paris Lakers. He was a center fielder on that team. And then Aaron reminded me tonight, he said, you know, he also played minor league ball in Paducah, Kentucky. He played in the Midwest League. He also played in the Mississippi-Ohio Valley League. And again, the Paris Lakers were an affiliate, minor league affiliate at the time of the Chicago Cubs. In addition to that, Jack liked to get in the race bike from time to time. He was still winning races well into his 80s. I recall him winning a race or 2 at age 85. And of course, he bred the Illinois State Fair champion trotting mare, Lady Sue, that was campaigned by his son Stacy and his daughter-in-law Deb. That was quite a mare. She won that State Fair championship. Just an incredible performance that day. So Jack DeRoos certainly made his mark on the sport of harness racing, but most importantly was a very good friend to those who knew him, and we remember Jack here this evening. At the post, the gates rolling. It is race 8 lined up behind the gate, ready to go here at the Coles County Fair. Top of the stretch, and here they come, the 8th of our 10 races. They're off and pacing. There goes Ashley Silver Guy out for the early lead. Major Pete is right there to the inside. And then Dash Around comes away racing in 3rd from Captain Warrior 4th. And Drill Baby Drill last of the 5 as they thunder into that first turn. Ashley Silver Guy is the leader by just 1 length. Dash Around was parked to the outside all the way around that first turn and now comes after the leader. A half length separates the top 2. Ashley Silver Guy to the inside. Now Dash Around will find a spot to drop over to the inside lane and draft in behind the leader in that second position as they go by the quarter-mile mark. Major Pete third, Captain Warrior fourth, and Drill Baby Drill fifth. 28-3, the fastest opening quarter of the night. 28-3 for that first panel. And back up front, Ashley Silver Guy is the leader. Ashley Silver Guy is on top by just one length. Dash around, drafting right in behind the leader in the second position as they approach this halfway point. Still no change for the lead, but that could change because Marcus Detweiler is inching forward in the outside lane with Drill Baby Drill. Was last at the opening quarter. By the half, has improved position to second, just a half length off the lead. Ashley Silver Guy is the leader, though. A minute flat for the first half mile. Thank you, Mark Kingery. A minute flat for that first half mile. Onto the backstretch once again they go. Challenge and change for the lead, folks. You've got a new leader, Drill Baby Drill for Marcus Detweiler on the outside. Here comes Clark Fairley out and rolling with dash around up to the second position. So Marcus Detweiler is first. Clark Fairley moves to second. Mike Rogers now finds himself third with Ashley Silverguide. 1:29.2 was the time, but the three quarters 1:29.2. Drill Baby Drill opens up on a three-length lead. Dash around is second by a length off the final turn, and Ashley Silverguy is third. It is Drill Baby Drill with the lead, with the win at the Coles County Fair for Marcus Detweiler. Drill Baby Drill drew clear down the stretch and won it by just over 4 lengths. Dash around was second, close for third, either Ashley Silverguy or Major Pete, and then behind that pair, Captain Warrior was fifth. Time for the mile, 1 minute 59 and 2/5 seconds. 1:59.2, Drill Baby Drill, number 5, your winner. Horsemen, you may come to the track with race 9. No scratches in the 9th race. Also, horsemen straight to the gate for the last 2 races. We will discard the post parade for race 9 and 10. Sun continues to drop a little lower, as it tends to do this time of day in the western sky, and we would like to finish up the card in as much daylight as possible. So horsemen, no post parades for race 9 or 10.
Okay, David, none of us did very well in that race. Yeah, you and Brady got 10 points apiece. Lisa and I, 25 points apiece.
Just pennies, huh? That's all we got on that one?
That's all. That's all. So as we go into
still an exciting race though. I
9.
mean, they're pushing the pace. They're coming. Marcus definitely made that interesting and didn't just sit back there. But yeah, we didn't pick that one for crap. Kurt just brought up how Aaron reminds him of Jack DeRoos, and I had never considered that until he was halfway through that story, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. If you know,
there are so many benefits to having a horseman run the racing office, and in this case, you've got Clark Fairley and you've got Stacy DeRoos, who always present a fantastic card. And we mention that because you look at these race conditions. If you're wondering, why are there so many different conditions, such as race 8? You've got 2 also eligible conditions in addition to the main one. That's because horsemen know, especially in this day and age, it's tough to find enough horses to fill a race. So that's why they add on those also eligibles. They want to open up that entry box to as many horses as possible. Now, if you're the Detweiler stable, Marcus had to be anxious for this race. This horse paced in 1:57.2 on this track, finishing 4th in Stakes Company on Monday. You know Marcus Detweiler saw this spot and thought, I bet this horse could get a win on Wednesday, and he has won his division of the Jack DeRoos Memorial. How about a hand for Drill Baby Drill? 1:59.2 the time. Congratulations to owners Kenneth Schrock of Arthur, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and Dave Schrock of Humboldt. A $13,000 yearling and a 3-year-old gelded son of Some Star Somewhere, bred by Freeman Mast and Chester Yoder. Second career win and a new lifetime record by nearly 6 full seconds for Drill Baby Drill. As horsemen say, gets a little class relief here today. Drops down out of Stakes Company into the overnight ranks. Gets a chance to race again on the track where he trains and comes home with the victory. Marcus, congratulations. Marcus Detweiler. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for race 8 from the top. Major Pete finished 4. Captain Warrior was 5. Ashley Silver Guy finished 3. Dash Around the runner-up. Drill Baby Drill was the winner. They got the quarter in 28 and 3, the half in a minute flat. 3/4, 129 and 2, and the mile 159 and 2/5. It reads down 4-5-3-2-1. Well, we told you at the top of the show this evening that there would be a retirement ceremony for the 10-year-old trotter Luz Raptor, who has trained the last few years right here at the Coles County Fairgrounds from the barn of Jill and Chris Brown. In fact, Jill is in the jog cart right now and has Luz Raptor moving off the end of the backstretch. From the Flacco Family Farms, which owns and bred the horse, they say some horses are measured by the races they win. Others are remembered for the hearts they touch. Luz Raptor, one of the rare ones who did both, a 10-year-old son of Luz Legacy, proudly represented the Flacco Family Farms throughout a career defined by talent, determination, and heart. From his days as a champion 2-year-old, he captured the Illinois State Fair championships in 3 straight years and competed against the best trotters in Illinois and beyond. He was named the state's champion age trotter in 2020 as well. Those fortunate enough to know the horse, that his greatest gift was not simply his speed, it was his personality. He earned the admiration of owners, trainers, drivers, grooms, and everyone who had the privilege of caring for him. He gave his all on the track and rewarded that care with trust, kindness, and a willing spirit. Now, after years of giving, Luz Raptor has earned the retirement every champion deserves. Perhaps no better ending than the one that he has found here today. He will spend his retirement in the highly capable hands of Olivia Thaley. She has been his caretaker. She loves him. He loves her in return. And folks, in front of the stands, here he is, Luz Raptor. 149 starts, 41 career wins, $293,000 in career earnings, and a lifetime record of 1 minute, 54 seconds flat. And the Flacco family has noted the bond which has developed in the last year or two between Olivia Thaley and Luz Raptor. They say it's truly remarkable, and we'll have more in just a moment. If you'll notice trackside, among the folks who are moving in for this special retirement ceremony, there's Rick Flacco from the Flacco Family Farms. He walks up to the head of this horse. You will see Freddie Patton Jr. and also Jordan Patton coming trackside. Freddie Patton Jr. was the driver for the first of Luz Raptor's 41 career wins. His son Jordan Patton was the driver for the 41st and final career victory. They bookended this horse's career, and they are among the group that love this horse. There he is, Luz Raptor. The Flacco Family Farms, they say that this horse will leave the track with their deepest gratitude. They thank him for every mile, every victory, every lesson, every memory. You represented our family and our farm with class and courage. You will always hold a special place in our hearts. May your days ahead be filled with green pastures, gentle hands, plenty of treats, and the peace you have earned after a lifetime of giving your best. Happy retirement, Raptor. Once a champion on the track, forever a champion in our hearts. Luz Raptor. And horsemen, you may come to the track with the 9th race. Again, in the 9th event, there are no scratches. A reminder, there is a driver change on the 1, Rockin' Faye. That'll be Juan Franco. Juan Franco drives the 1. Updated past performance line for the 3, double parked. 5th here on Monday with a beaten time of 2:04 and 4/5.
Okay.
We'll turn Kurt down. There was something special written that was wanting me to be read on the air, and I think it's something that's awfully touching here. Kurt was just talking about how Luz Raptor is going to retire in the new hands, or in the hands of Olivia Thaley. She's been his caretaker for the last year or more, and she wrote a touching little note here that she wanted me to read to all the fans out there listening at home. It says, "I met Raptor over a year ago. In a barn full of horses, you normally find a favorite. Raptor and I bonded from the first day we met, and then the fire happened. And that bonded us for life. I became Raptor's comfort, and he was mine. Raptor helped me come back to life after I lost my Arabian mare and my pawpaw. Raptor's the reason I dedicated my life to harness racing and chasing my dreams. Raptor will always, forever live out his days with me and my family. He's the most beloved, spoiled little old menace you'll ever find. Thank you to all the men, women who have had a hand in Raptor's life over the years and for helping shape him into the horse he is today. My best friend. Olivia Taylor, 2026.
All right, thank you.
Pretty cool little note, you know, and I appreciate her taking the time to write that because as a young woman in this sport, you know, she looks up to her trainer, she looks up to, you know, the people she can see around her, and she's taking the sport seriously. I mean, I've talked to her mom to know that she's investing in yearlings, she's investing in racehorses. She's out here at the barn every day. She works her butt off, and I've seen her up close and personal. She loves these horses. She just has that calmness that the horses kind of take to, and I think that's why her and Raptor kind of clicked from day one, is they just shared that kind of solace with each other. So pretty touching story. I'm glad to see a champion racehorse go out and get a home that's deserving, and I don't think any racehorse can have a better home than a little girl feeding him treats every day in the pasture, right?
Absolutely, and riding him and caring for him.
Oh, riding, good point. He's saddle broken. They had him out here the other day, so he's going to be maybe trailer riding, maybe, I don't know, get him out there and do some stuff. And I'd like to see her out riding maybe in the future too, but that's just my hopes.
That'd be a good job for a retired horse, wouldn't it?
That would be a great job.
All right, with that, we'll
title rounding out the top 5 with 11 points. We always sit down at the end of each program. We go back and we audit the books, as the saying goes, to make sure we've calculated correctly. Sometimes, as we move along from race to race, our addition, our math skills aren't always consistent. So that's why we say unofficial until we get a chance to go home, check everything out. But again, unofficially, right now, it is Clark Fairley leading Marcus Detweiler by a point, and then you've got Kevin Miller in third. Thank you, bud. Race 9. This is the Elva Kaufman horseshoeing race. Non-winners of $7,500 lifetime. Also eligible non-winners of 4 races lifetime. This, of course, for Pacers. Also eligible non-winners of $1,000 in 2026. Juan Franco will drive number 1, Rockin' Fay. Got a $170,000 winner. Number 2, Hype Your Bestie Up. And you've got a $160,000 winner, Double Park. Number 1 is Rockin' Fay, owned by Wayne Brown of Mason. He's the trainer. Juan Franco on the bike. 2, Hype Your Bestie Up is owned by Cedric Daniels and Jamaica Patton, Jackson, Mississippi, and Rochester, Illinois, trained and driven by Jamaica Patton. Number 3 is Double Parked, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, trained by Marcus Detweiler, and the driver is Jason Detweiler. Number 4 is Play On Player, owned by Adrian Fortune of Walnut Grove, Mississippi. The trainer and the driver are Denarius Dortch. Headed to the gate, again, no post parade, so right to the gate. So the field's going to gather up over on the back stretch, headed straight to the gate. I just don't like calling out a guy by name like that. Right now, Rockin' Fay coming down past the stands and make the trip around to the back stretch. As again, race 9 and race 10, no post parades for these final 2 races of the evening. Elva Kaufman Horseshoeing, your blanket sponsor, and of course he has been the horseshoer for a lot of top-level racehorses across central Illinois over the course of many years. Again, Double Parked raced here on Monday, finishing 5th with a beaten time of 2:04 and 4/5 of a second. At the post, and the gate begins to roll for race number 9. We spoke to Jamaica Patton earlier today. Want to clarify one point that appears in your track program, because we have great owners in this state who make an investment in this game, and we don't want any misunderstanding on the past performance lines for number 2, Hype Your Bestie Up. Judges scratch a couple of starts back, owner under suspension. We talked to Jamaica Patton. He said it was just a situation where co-owner Cedric Daniels just had to get all the proper paperwork finished up, both with the USTA and the Illinois Racing Board. It's done. It's official. He's good to go. So we did not want folks to misinterpret that particular statement in the program. Mr. Daniels, good to have you back in the program. Here they come, race 9. They are off and pacing. Rockin' Fay goes out for the lead. Hype Your Bestie Up comes away in second. Play on Player is out to the third position. Well, at least for a moment he was. Double Parked is going to move on by that mare now as they head down into the first turn. So this field of pacing distaffers heads onto the backstretch with Rockin' Fay the winner. Rockin' Fay is on top off the first turn and up the backstretch, leading it by a length. Hype Your Bestie Up is second by a length. Double Parked is racing in third, and then a gap of 5 more lengths to Play on Player in the fourth position. They go on by the quarter and they work their way toward the west end of the track. Rockin' Fay is the leader. 29-4 for the opening quarter, 29 4 fifth seconds. They work their way around the west side of the course, and Rockin' Fay is on top by a length to Hype Your Bestie Up in the second spot, followed by Double Park and Play on Player. No one steps out of line, no challenges, no change for position. It all stays the same, at least for now, as they approach the halfway point in the Elva Kaufman horseshoeing race for Pacers. Rockin' Fay is your leader. Rockin' Fay, a winner last year in 154 at the DuQuoin State Fair. She's the leader. On the opposite end of the field, you've got Play on Player off stride in that fourth spot. 101-4 was the time. 101-4 the time for the first half mile. Rockin' Fay, the leader, onto the backstretch. But Hype Your Bestie Up has been right there behind her every step of the way. So they go to the three-quarter. Rockin' Fay leads by a length. Hype Your Bestie Up is now taking to the outside and takes aim on the leader with a quarter mile to go. And Double Parked is staying close in third, just 3 lengths off the lead, but then a gap of 20 more back to an off-stride Play on Player. Off three-quarters. 1:31 flat the time. 1 minute 31 seconds flat. Rockin' Fay is your leader. Hype Your Bestie Up is second, a length and a half between the top two. As they turn for home, Double Parked is in third. Coming through the stretch and to the wire, Rockin' Fay trying to give Juan Franco his second win on the card, and Rockin' Fay's got the lead out to 2 lengths, and Rockin' Fay will take the victory for owner, trainer, breeder Wayne Brown and driver Juan Franco. Rockin' Fay won it by 2.5 lengths. Hype Your Bestie Up was second, a half length. Double Parked was third, and then a gap of 20 more lengths to Play on Player in fourth. Time for the mile, 2:01 and 3. 2:01 and 3/5 of a second. Tenth race is on the way. No scratches in race 10. Horsemen, you may come to the track for the 10th and final race.
What a great race in that I tell you what, Jason Detlar turned into a nice little driver out there, get up a nice third with Double Parked. Earlier in the night, we were asking for your favorite horses, and I threw out mine being Big and Rich, just on the premise that this wasn't the most obvious favorite horse in the barn, but Doug wanted me to mention Skeeter Machine. I think that filly deserves mention too, especially coming from the Allen Bowen barn. 131 starts, 41 wins, hit the board in 87 out of 131 starts. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Got a mark of below 51, 50-4. I mean, just phenomenal. Made about a $300,000. And the funny story is, if you ever heard him tell it, Francis Greer didn't have a horse that year and wanted Dad to train something, so he took Jim Greer to Arthur, and they had a mixed horse sale. They bought a mare and foal, and the mare was in foal and a foal by her side. I think Snoz paid like $600, $900, $800, something like that. Walked away with 3 horses. Skeeter made $300,000. Caroline made $80,000, and the mare, I don't think she ever got bred again, but still just a wonderful story. Come from nothing, and the cooler story is Big Green Machine was by a mare named Dancing Almahurst, who Alan Bowen trained as a 2-year-old back in the late 70s, so early 80s. That story comes full circle, and she's definitely worth noting. She's probably my favorite horse to come out of the Bowen barn, but
that
the
battle
obvious
for
one
leading
too.
Trainer remains a good one. After that 9th race, the updated standings unofficially, Marcus Detweiler and Clark Fairley now tied with 17 points apiece. Jamaica Patton close behind with 16. Kevin Miller not far behind with 15. So that battle for leading trainer and that $250 reward from the Coles County Fair Board going to go right down to the wire on Friday. How about a hand for the winner of race 9, Rockin' Fay? Time for the mile, 2:01 and 3. Wayne Brown of Mason, Tennessee, the owner, the trainer, and the driver of this Illinois-bred 7-year-old daughter of World of Rock and Roll, out of Fox Valley Faith by incredible finale, 11th career victory. Her first start for purse money in 2026. She did have a non-purse qualifier, but her first purse start since November of last year, and that's a driving double for Juan Franco. And there's Mr. Wayne Brown. Wayne, always good to have you with us. He gives the crowd a nice wave. Congratulations, sir. Well done. Takes the Elva Kaufman horseshoeing blanket. Judge, we're official. Thank you, sir. Here's the full field rundown for that ninth race. Rockin' Fay was the winner. Hype Your Bestie Up finished second. Double Parked was third. Play On Player was fourth. 29-4 at the quarter, 101-4 at the half, 3 quarters and 131, and the time for the mile 2:01:03. Reads down 1-2-3-4. 10th race is on the way. Driver change on the 4, Shady Maple Dandy. That'll be J.D. Finn. Again, J.D. Finn on the 4. Number 5, Fox Valley Blast, the driver Mike Rogers. Let's update those past performance lines. Number 2, Never Forget Nan. That race at Albion was rained out and was rescheduled for tomorrow. And then number 3, Bills Are Due Lou, second here on Monday with a beaten time of 2:07:3 in the maiden trot. Now, let's play Pick a Winner.
All right, David, to go over quickly, because we'll close things out fairly quickly when things end up here, is we will be in Charleston here on Friday, 12 races starting at 12:30.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll be in Lincoln on Sunday. I don't know how many races yet.
Don't know. 12 o'clock post time. I think the county fair guide is incorrectly, as it states 2 days of racing. It's only 1 day on Sunday, and I think it puts the post at 1:30, but they are racing at noon to accommodate combining both cards. So if you're going to watch Lincoln or go to Lincoln, make sure you remember it's a noon post.
Altamont noon on Tuesday, Altamont noon on Wednesday, Marshall 6 p.m. on Wednesday, Thursday. Back to Altamont, noon start. Saturday and Sunday, Brown County Fair in Mount Sterling, Illinois. We get to stay home, sleep in our own beds.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Not take any time off work, right,
Exactly
David?
right. No.
All right, that's what's going on. We want to let you know about that in the fact that that's what happens there. Oh, okay. If I push the button, that thing gets bigger.
It gets, oh, good to know.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to Wayne Brown, the trainer and owner of that last horse, Rockin' Fay. You know, Wayne's about one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and he's been super helpful. He's been helpful. He's been going to the state capitol, you know, working the capitol, talking to legislators, telling them his story, and how much, you know, we need a racetrack in Illinois. He's done a great job telling his story.
All right.
Something going on over there?
Oh, just me getting it down so I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. And I was just saying, Wayne Brown, he's a great asset. Comes up from Mason, Tennessee, races in Illinois, you know, and he's played in his case to legislators, saying, you know, how dire the situation is and how good it used to be and how, you know, how much money is lost. And he tells that story with a sincerity that's just hard to ignore. You know, these legislators really kind of gravitate to that human element of it, and bringing him around to the Capitol, he's just kind of got that touch, and we appreciate him being willing to tell his story in kind of an uncomfortable place. So,
yep.
Hats off to Wayne.
And folks, talk to your senators, your representatives. I mean, originally there was 5 tracks in Chicago.
Oh,
now
man,
we're
yeah.
down to none. There may be one back there again. We don't know. They've tried for one for Decatur. I would think 2 would be better than 1.
2 sounds great to me. I mean, if we had all year racing, I mean, just think how quickly Illinois could bounce back. We still have tons of good horsemen, tons of good tracks. We could use maybe a training facility or 2, but, you know, we have some fairgrounds that are working in the meantime. But the state's primed to bounce back. I don't think we can go any lower, but I think any kind of hope is going to make these guys, you know, really, really appreciative.
All right, with that, as we get ready for the final race, I'll go back to Kurt.
He's off now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not going to talk now.
I heard a mic drop or clunk on the desk, so I knew what was going on. But we appreciate you tuning in. It's a crazy week for us in the last few weeks of the season. It's back to back to back to back, but it's fun for the fans. We know you guys can kind of stay really in tune with what's going on if you get to watch us every day or hear our updates. So it's a fun time of year. We talked about getting ready for state fair season. Every one horseman out here has got their eye on that, you know, those days on the calendar, and how sharp can they get their animals going into those races.
All right. As we wait for the call to the post for this last race here, number 10, let's take a look at the program and see what the standings looks like. It looks like between Brady and Lisa, Brady is down by 8 18 points. So there could be a change here in this last race.
I think Lisa wins, doesn't she?
Unless he
because he's 18 points and then she only get 12 for third place.
Yeah.
I think Lisa walks away with I'm not going to call it, but I'm saying she's on top by about 30 lengths now.
I walk away with the 4th place tonight. Nobody close to me.
Oh, are you holding that one down by yourself?
I'm holding it down by myself.
Yes, you are.
I haven't even made 300 points. Those guys, if they trifecta on this one and I don't get anything, they could double my points.
Yeah, if you just boxed every race, you get 30 points a race, and you're averaging below that, huh?
Yeah. It's been one of those days.
We've all had those days, I guarantee.
I looked at this card.
This is why I don't bet actual money.
Yeah, let me tell this story about David and betting money. We're at Hoosier, and David said if I was going to say a horse was good.
I gave you a pick, too.
A pick, and we picked it in a trifecta. We asked him for 3. So I put down a red place show on that horse for Lisa and myself, and we picked 3 horses for a box, and I paid for everybody's tickets, and it cost me like $12.
Might as well just put that in the trash can.
And I was the only one that got any money out of that. That's so much different than today. I made $11 and something, so I did not get whole even
I tell you what,
that.
though, if you're betting and you only lose 80 cents or 20 cents on the dollar, or not, 11 out of 12, you made most of your money back. You're all right.
Well, if you think you're going to win at the track and at the casino, guess what?
You're
the
wrong.
House wins
every time.
Most times.
One time I was up for Chicago for work and happened to go out to the track on whatever night it was and met some interesting folks there on the apron at Hawthorne. They were just having their family out there enjoying the races, and they kind of overheard them talking. They said, "Oh, you know horse racing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know most of these guys out here, blah, blah, blah." So give us your picks. I gave them the next 3 horses, or the next race's top 3 horses.
Once again, folks, been great to have you with us this evening. A reminder, thanks to our friends at B&D Grocery, there will be a $100 cash draw coming up after this 10th and final race here this evening. And we go back racing again on Friday at 12:30. So we shift gears and go to an afternoon post time at 12:30 on Friday afternoon. And those 12 races will settle the issue who will be the champion trainer for the 2026 Coles County Fair. Again, that battle is a good one. Top 5 are separated by about 5 or 6 points as we come to today's final race. Race 10 brought to you by our friends at T.A. Bacon Auto Rebuilders, the 2- and 3-year-old open trot. So the race open to any 2- and 3-year-old trotter registered with the United States Trotting Association, regardless of any other considerations as far as past performances, purse money, wins, and so forth. Number 1 is Shady Maple Delight, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Jade Hadfield of West Haven, Utah, Itzhak Madej of North Hollywood, California, trained by Tom Simmons. Wyatt Avanetti in the bike, looking for his 4th win on the card. Number 2, Never Forget Nan, owned by Harold Finn Jr. and wife Jacqueline of Greenup, trained by Harold Finn, driven by Harold Jr. Number 3, Bills Are Due Lou, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, trained by Jill Brown. Contrary to the program, the driver Jordan Patton. 4 is Shady Maple Dandy, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Benita Simmons of Springfield, Illinois, Ann Schneider of Petersburg, Jade Hadfield of West Haven, Utah, trained by Tom Simmons. The driver is J.D. Finn. And number 5, Fox Valley Blast, owned by Ivan Hawthorne, Benita Simmons, and Ann Schneider, trained by Tom Simmons. Contrary to the program, the driver Mike Rogers. Coming up after race 10, that $100 draw, and also the Horseman's Foot races, including that showdown between Freddie Patton Jr. and son Jordan. Been great to have you with us here this evening, folks. Been a terrific night of racing. We're glad that you could be part of it with us, and we hope to see you Friday. Problems right now for Shady Maple Dandy, who's off stride. Shady Maple Dandy goes on a break. The rest are off and trotting in the final race of the day, and there goes Bills Are Due Lou right out for the early lead. Shady Maple Delight comes away in 2nd position. Fox Valley Blast is out 3rd, and then Never Forget Nan is 4th, and then a gap of over 25 more lengths back to Shady Maple Dandy, who is the distant trailer. They head up the backstretch toward the quarter-mile mark. Bills Are Due Lou left well, trots fast, and opens up on a 6-length lead by the time they get to the quarter. It is Fox Valley Blast in 2nd by 2 lengths as they go by the quarter-mile mark. Never Forget Forget Nan is third, then a gap of 6 more lengths to Shady Maple Delight, and finally Shady Maple Dandy. 30-4 for the opening quarter. 30-4 seconds. Bills Are Due Lou. This is a trotter which was second here on Monday in a maiden trot, and Bills Are Due Lou, looking for that first career victory, has the lead out to nearly 10 lengths. Bills Are Due Lou just trots on toward the half-mile mark and leads it. The advantage now is about a half dozen as Fox Valley Blast starts to cut in to that 6-length gap. A gap of 2 more lengths back of Fox Valley Blast to Never Forget Nan in third. 102-1 for the half, 102-1. Then a gap of nearly 10 more back to Shady Maple Delight and over 20 more back to Shady Maple Dandy. That said, the leader, Bills Are Due Lou, is trotting on to the backstretch toward the 3/4 mile mark, a 5-length lead. Fox Valley Blast is in the second position and now moves up even closer. So, folks, this race isn't over yet. In fact, the race, in a way, is just getting started because Bills Are Due Lou, he's got company. Here comes Fox Valley Blast within 2 lengths of the leader. Never Forget Nan is 3.5 lengths off the lead. They go to the final turn. 133-4 the time, 133-4. Here comes Fox Valley Blast from between horses. Starts to draw alongside of Bills Are Due Lou. Now they're matching strides at the top of the stretch as they turn for home. Fox Valley Blast, Bills Are Due Lou to the inside. These two going at it. Fox Valley Blast with the lead. Shady Maple Delight's going to win this race. Shady Maple Delight from the back of the pack with a powerhouse move down the stretch. Wyatt Avenatti just sitting chilly in the race bike, and they win it. Shady Maple Delight, top of the stretch, angled to the far outside, and Wyatt never touched the horse, just put him out there on the grandstand side and let her roll. That's a 2-year-old trotting filly that has won that race. 2:06-3 was the time for the mile. 2:06 3/5 of a second. Shady Maple Delight gives Wyatt Avenatti his 4th win on the card in grand style. Sit tight. We'll meet the winner. We'll play pick a winner. We'll have those foot races in a moment.
All right, looking at the points here, David Lisa ends up winning even though Brady got more points than that. Well, she trifected.
Yes, and she, yeah.
So she wins by 50 points over Brady. I'd be taking that one to the bank.
I said she was on top of the 3/4 by a couple lengths, but she won by 5 or 10 lengths on that one, a 50-point win. So congratulations, Elisa. Brady pulling up second. Looks like I'm in third with 381. Steve, you didn't quite get to 300, but we'll live to see another day.
Yeah. Almost doubled my points, or my wife did double my points.
With the last race?
Yeah. So, a good night of racing. We're not finished yet, though, because we can't broadcast the biggest race of the night or the most hyped race of the night.
We will definitely have the camera on for the foot race. We may tear down some of the graphic stuff and computers and whatnot, but we will stay on air to make sure that we get this for you because, if nothing else, I want to keep it for posterity.
Absolutely. For people to go back and replay.
Let's see, where did his hammy pull at? Right about there. Oh, I meant to go
Number 1, Shady Maple Delight, a 2-year-old Illinois-bred filly by Southwind Chrome out of Charlotte Albert by Muscles Yankee. $42,000 yearling purchase. Did you notice that in your program, folks? These connections, they ponied up $42,000 last year on Labor Day weekend to buy this filly, bred by Freeman Mast and Chester Mast, and she has now won the first 2 starts of her career. And the way they are carefully managing this filly, they are picking and choosing their spots, and that's what you do with any horse, but especially when you've made a $42,000 investment, and it pays off with another win here this evening in 2:06-3. How about a hand for Shady Maple Delight? What a finish. Congratulations to owners Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Jade Hadfield of West Haven, Utah, and Itzhak Madej of North Hollywood, California. Shady Maple Delight now moves in for the blanket presentation of the T.A. Bacon Auto Rebuilders blanket here for this 10th and final race. Haven't had a chance to catch up to trainer Tom Simmons, but again, just general impression from the way that they have been so careful. They haven't raced this filly much. My guess is When you give $42,000 and you know this filly has a lot of talent, you're not going to really cut her loose until we get to the Illinois State Fair at Springfield. Congratulations, Wyatt Avenatti, 4 wins tonight, adding to his growing career total. Judge, we are official. Thank you, sir. We'll have the foot races coming right up and the pick-a-winner draw. Here's the full field rundown for race number 10. Shady Maple Delight was the winner. Never Forget Nan was 3rd. Bills Are Due Lou finished 4th. Shady Maple Dandy was 5. And Fox Valley Blast, the runner-up. They got the quarter in 30 and 4/5. They got the half in 1:02 and 1. 3/4, 1:33 and 4. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 3. Reads down 1:3.452. You notice the other thing, folks, they taught that filly tonight how to race from off the pace. She won earlier a few weeks ago, wire to wire. Tonight, it's all about teaching these 2-year-olds, and they taught her how to come from the back of the pack and really took a step forward in learning how to become truly a racehorse. Pick a winner. You've got $100 to give away. We've got the foot races, but if you've got the $100 draw, folks, in the grandstand, go right ahead. We'll get set for the foot races.
David Brink went out to cause havoc there, move those cones back while Freddie was watching and Rachel was watching. And so having a little fun with this. I mean, these guys have a lot of fun.
Well, Freddie Patton Jr. is already trackside. He is positioned here on the tractor and truck pulling strip on the infield side of the home stretch. And here comes Jordan Patton. Jordan with whip in hand. Jordan, you look like you're ready to go. He pointed to his dad and he said, the reason I've got a whip, I'm about to whoop him.
Well, here comes the judge. That's not a good sign.
I tell you, I don't know who I would pick here. Both of you, Freddie Patton Jr. and his son Jordan Patton, both looked pretty darn good winning their respective divisions of the foot races at the Jasper County Fair. That was about a month ago. So you all have had a month to get ready for this showdown. Freddie Patton Jr. said, yeah, but he said, my bones still crack a lot from time to time. Freddie, believe me, we get it. We totally understand.
I was going to offer to let Jordan borrow my Crocs. That's kind of his MO, isn't it?
Are you 60? 62? You do not seem it, Freddie Patton Jr., Illinois Hall of Famer Freddie Patton Jr. And son Jordan joins him. Jordan's kind of become the upset king. If you go to Springfield and DuQuoin, it seems like he says that's right. Seems like every Springfield and DuQuoin meet, he's good for an upset that pays, $20 or $30. I think he had one that paid close to $60 at DuQuoin a year or two ago. Yeah, he said that is correct. I'm sorry, Freddie?
Yep. Nice.
Is this, so do we have any other foot races besides this match race?
How many races?
It's like 3 races total, and we'll start right here. Freddie said, who else is racing? Rachel says, you two right now. That's going to be the first of our 3 races. Freddie's getting limbered up. So we're going to go from orange cone to orange cone here to decide the winner of the Patton Family Showdown. Again, both were winners a month ago in their respective divisions at the Jasper County Fair, and that's what prompted the outcry for a match race. About to decide who's going to be king of the hill. Freddie, I will tell you, Mr. Patton, that our own Ron Fairley, he said, I think I would put my money on Freddie Patton Jr. So you're getting at least 1 vote. How many people think Freddie Patton Jr. can win this thing? And how many people think Jordan Patton's going to win? I was going to say, both have pretty good crowd support. Freddie, did you teach Jordan everything he knows? You taught him everything he knows, but you didn't teach him everything you know. Is that right? He says that's it. All right. We are ready. All right. We've got Freddie Patton Jr. in the outside lane. Jordan Patton on the inside lane. Freddie, are you ready? We're going to give you a countdown. We've got Mr. Jordan Patton on the inside lane. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to say go. So here we go. On your mark. Get set. 3, 2, 1. Jordan, is he always like this, Jordan? All right, let's just do a straight up on your mark, get set, go. Hey, and you know, you've been charged with the first recall here, Freddie Patton Jr. All right, on your mark, get set, go. And here we go. Oh, Jordan Patton already is open up. Oh, voting. A little voting as Jordan opened up by 5 lengths and then turned and backpedaled. He ran backwards the rest of the way, wanting his dad to know who was the better here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the first foot race, Mr. Jordan Patton. Freddie said, what happened to the 1, 2, 3? Oh, gentlemen, thank you both. And we've got a couple of more foot races to go yet here this evening, as I understand it. Freddie Patton Jr. and son Jordan having some fun at the Coles County Fair here this evening. Well done, Jordan. Congratulations.
Well,
Ron Fairley asking, what was the purse here for this race?
Yeah, if I can go enter the contest and win by walking over this thing, I might do it.
Victory.
You might be able to.
I'll go see if I can get in on that.
He could come in second to Jordan. He'll probably rerun.
Jordan run backwards versus me? Get that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Freddie?
I said, you the one got me in. I jumped on the 1, 2, 3, then the go around.
Mr. Freddie Patton Jr., he may lodge a claim of foul about the way that race was started. Of course, our chief steward, Randy Callahan, he's already left the infield. Thanks, Randy. More foot races? Do we have a couple of more? Freddie Patton Jr. and Jordan sharing a laugh with David Brink and Dr. Richard Flacco and Rick Flacco down trackside. Fun at the ballpark on a Wednesday night here at the Coles County Fair. Forgot to mention, folks, they're going to have food and cake back at barn number 1 in honor of the retirement of Lou's Raptor. So feel free to swing on by and say hello, get a close-up look at Lou's Raptor. Rachel, any more races here tonight? Folks are filing out of the stands. Folks, we appreciate your being with us here this evening. Hope you can come back and join us on Friday at 12:30. Again, 12 races lined up. In the meantime, you've got the truck and tractor pull here tomorrow night. You've got the Coles County Youth Livestock Auction tomorrow at 5:30. Friday, harness racing, 12:30 p.m. Demolition Derby Friday night at 7. Saturday, the professional bull riding at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday, the Midway up and operating from 1 to 5 p.m. All rides will be $2. Well, folks, I tell you what, I think that may do it. But we appreciate your being with us. Our thanks to Harness Tube for their live stream. They'll be back here on Friday once again. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. Freddie Patton Jr., thank you. Jordan Patton, thank you. We appreciate your coming out to do that. Always a lot of fun. Always good to see you. And thanks to all of our horsemen. Horsemen, if you would, please return your saddle pad numbers to the area where you picked them up earlier. And once again, thanks so much. For now,